What a great playthrough. Anonymous says, I heard you were talking about Japan. Sure. Have you...
Sure.
Maybe tangentially at some point we were. Have you perhaps seen the Dead or Alive Extreme VR demo? I have seen that. Dead or Alive is a beach volleyball game featuring large-chested women.
I've heard of that. Did they make a
bikinis.
movie based on it?
Maybe.
Or is it a different movie that's just called Dead or Alive?
Maybe.
I don't know. I've heard of it, though. I've heard when you said volleyball, that made me remember it.
They could have. Maybe it was an Uwe Boll movie. Who knows?
If it's not, it should be an Uwe Boll movie.
Right. VR is people keep thinking this is going to be the next big thing in gaming, and so there's a new Dead or Alive beach volleyball that has VR support, and
so you get those boobs right in your face. Is that the
and
gimmick?
that's all that people are doing. Surprise, surprise! All I see online is pictures of Asian men lying on the floor looking up.
Oh Jesus!
Because with beach volleyball, so they're looking at fake women's crotches.
They know you can use the internet to look at real women, right?
But you can't get just the right pose like you can in a video game VR simulation.
You can find women in any pose you want on the internet, and they're real.
Do we really need to go over the fact that Japan is creepy?
Yeah.
Is that like a surprise? Oh, the Japanese man was looking at a beach volleyball girl's crotch. She was how young?
It's true. It's true.
Oh!
Yeah. Womp, womp, womp.
The best is looking up clips of like Japanese game shows on YouTube where they're not subtitled, and you're just like, "What is this?"
Yep. Someone gets slapped in the face with a piece of beef, and everyone cheers.
Yeah.
Did he win?
There's like random text all over the screen in different directions.
Yep.
It's the best. It's great.
How do we know if they won? What's happening? What's going on? Let's see here. Mono Cartofel.
Yes. What?
Mono Cartofel says, here's $2 to talk about filmmaking stuff. You goddamn hack frauds. Thank you for the years of being my favorite internet friend simulator. LOL. Enchant my love stick. Filmmaking stuff.
Nah, it's a giant pain in the ass.
We talked about that with these great lights.
That's true.
So yeah, there's some filmmaking stuff where if you are making a film and you're white balancing, you need to make sure that all the lights you're using have the same temperature. For example, if you are like a regular light bulb that you'll find in most houses that are non-LEDs are tungsten. They kind of look orangey. And if you use one of those light bulbs, but there's also sunlight, you're going to get two different color temperatures, and it's going to make your shot look a little funny. So you can get daylight bulbs, or just use sunlight and reflectors. There's some filmmaking stuff. That's you've asked for a very vague thing here.
I guess in general we talk about that throughout general discussions anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll come up again too.
I'm trying to think if there's any like new piece of tech or anything that I'm excited about. Not really. They've made a couple updates to Premiere Pro, and it might be in my head, but after this latest update, I feel like my render time has been significantly decreased, and I'm really excited about that. And they're making color integration on Premiere Pro a little more fluid, which is always nice because for some reason, every time I shoot a prereq, one of us is lit horribly, and we spend a lot of time like futzing with it before the shoot, and no matter what, something is fucked up.
I suppose I expected this.
That's every shoot. No matter what you do, no matter how much you prepare, something's gonna be fucked up.
Something's gonna be fucked up.
So that just happened.
I remember people couldn't stop pointing out during the half in the bag storyline where we were working for the video game. You guys as the video game
Oh yeah, yeah.
When it wasn't the VCR repair shop, it was the video game repair shop or whatever. And we're both wearing red vests. And even though all the cameras were white balanced, for whatever reason, the wide shot was like the vests looked orange, and then our close-ups they looked red. Every other color matches completely, but for whatever reason, the vest looked like a different color. And I tried color correcting, I could not get anything to make it match. Because you color correct to get the vest to match red, and then nothing else matches. It was just those vibrant red vests.
Sure.
And so it's like, well, we just have to live with this. And then, of course, everybody points it out as if it's a thing we wouldn't notice.
That's a new thing you can do in Premiere Pro. Part of they have this like big pain in the ass color correction software that that works in tandem with Premiere, but now they're starting to integrate it right into the editor.
Right.
Color specific color correction.
Sure.
So you could like click on that orange and just color correct that and nothing else around it.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
I mean, yeah, I suppose. When you're just trying to get a quick web video out, we're not too concerned with it. But.
Oh, right. That's the real thing, but they're just, you know, every day there's new things that make it a little bit easier to edit, and that's nice. Yeah. That's a nice thing. Get a crash test dummy, set him in a chair, check your lighting and white balance. I do. His name is Rich Evans. And like in camera, it looks fine, but for some reason,
You can also white balance with my skin.
it's very true.
It's very convenient.
You're very pale. You're a pale person. No, and like we use the exact same lights every time. We use the exact same cameras every time. The lights are in the exact same position every time. One thing I will say though is
That's fucking life.
those new sets of yours look fantastic
Thank you.
on camera.
Thank you.
If anyone noticed,
Smooth.
in the No Man's Sky review, those are Rich's new sets that he built for us, and they look crisp, beautiful, crisp and beautiful.
I'd make the best sets.
Yeah. Rich makes the best sets. You might see some of Rich's sets one of these days.
How about right now?
Oh wait, you have already. That's true.
We have videos on the interwebs.
I don't even know where it was. Oh, great.
You just go and do it.
I might have been like alluding to something.
Oh, like a new set that people haven't seen yet?
Like
Is that
maybe.
what you're
I
talking
don't know. You know, it could be that. It could be anything. Could be anything. I don't believe that's true, Anonymous. Anonymous says, I hate to break it to you, Rich, but you couldn't eat dinosaur meat even if we cloned it. I don't believe what Anonymous is about to say here. The molecules in the meat are far too large to ingest. Your body would slowly implode.
That doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound right.
That does not sound correct, Anonymous.
I'm just going with a gut feeling here, so who knows, but...
I don't think molecules are different sizes. I mean, like, molecules, you know, like an iron molecule is a different size than a copper molecule, maybe, but...
But still a molecule
Still a molecule.
in comparison to us.
That I'm gonna say you're incorrect, Anonymous. I don't know enough about the science of dinosaur meat to make a firm conclusion. Someone tweet at Neil deGrasse Tyson. He'll know. Or Bill Nye the Science Guy. He'll know.
Or Jeffrey Combs.
Ask about that dinosaur meat
Or
science.
Jeffrey
It's
Combs.
very important.
Dinosaur
That
meat
dinosaur
science.
meat science. Oh, you know what? Something I just saw today. Bill Nye the Science Guy made me think of
Oh,
it.
he's got a show coming, right?
Bill Nye has a new show on Netflix
Oh,
coming.
does he? Oh, hey.
And the Build team from Mythbusters are getting their own Netflix show. Carrie Byron, Tori
okay.
Belleci, and
Yeah.
Grant Imahara are getting their own Netflix Mythbusters-esque show.
Okay.
So that's fun. Netflix.
That Netflix, man, they're giving everybody what they want.
They know. They know what
They're
people
smart.
want.
Netflix
And not just
smart.
one audience, not just like one demographic. Like they have something, you know, amazing like, you know, Stranger Things that everybody loves, but then they also have more specific things. Everything from like House of Cards to Fuller House.
Yeah.
They run the gamut.
Because why not?
I guarantee you there are Stranger Things contrarians.
Oh, there are. I've read some stuff, but in general, it's very well liked. I mean, that's like the biggest crossover hit I think Netflix has had.
Maybe. I'd believe it.
I mean, they've had shows that are popular and successful, but I don't think anything that's had the reach that Stranger Things has had so far.
Well, no, I mean they're also making original Adam Sandler movies because
Yeah.
you know his audience will watch them, and they're just doing it. They're giving people exactly what they want, which is great. You're right. You're right, Flirndip. Bill and Neil are just spokesguy for the corporate takeover of science and academia. Ugh. They're being powered by big science. They're tools. They're tools of big money, higher learning. Yeah, you're right. Oh, where were we? I hate to bring. Oh, there we go. Future famous person. I thought the best of the worst T-shirt looks nice, and I wanted to support y'all.
Oh, thank you.
What best of the worst T-shirt?
We have best of the worst T-shirts.
You do have best of the worst. How am I supposed to remember all the shit you guys sell? It's all crap garbage. No, the best of the worst T-shirt does look nice.
Our T-shirts are quality.
They are.
They're made from quality materials.
They feel nice. They feel soft.
I was
Yeah.
Jay, that was a quality advertisement.
It's not even meant to be an like we wouldn't go with the cheapo crap.
No, because no one would wear it.
Yeah, you want something comfortable. If we're gonna sell stuff, we want it to be decent.
I wanted to support you, so I got one, and now I get compliments about how cool it looks. This has made me decide to get it tailored, so good job.
No.
Oh, Gobbledygooks is clearing up the whole Kingsglaive thing, if you remember earlier.
Oh,
I
yeah.
asked if we saw Kingsglaive is the Final Fantasy 15 prequel film
Oh,
that had a
God.
limited release in theaters. I saw Spirits Within.
What was their Uncanny Valley flop?
Spirits Within.
Okay.
Which I want to say I saw that in the theater. I don't
I
know
saw it
why
in the
I would
theater.
see it, but I think I did.
Because of hype?
Well, not for me. Like I didn't pay attention to any of that crap.
Well, the technological thing with the people, the characters, maybe?
That might have been it. I mean, when was that? That was over a decade ago, right?
Oh, easily over a decade ago.
It might have just been like just to see something in the theater, and that was what was playing. I haven't seen it since.
I can honestly, I remember the basic story of that, which is the Earth is dying or something, and they have to go to a big hole in the Earth to save it, maybe, or stop it. I don't know. They have to stop the Earth because the Earth is killing everyone. No, that's The Happening. Spoiler alert. I don't remember hating it. I just remember being bored during Spirits Within. That's all I can remember about it.
Was that done with motion capture? Was that the big deal at the time? That was like the first motion capture movie?
Maybe.
Might have been.
I don't remember.
Maybe. What, Doyle? I'm sorry if I missed your question earlier. We got a lot of them. No, I read your question about Neon Demon versus Suicide Squad. Everyone should know, by the way, I'm super backed up with tips, and I don't want, if we get into a conversation about a tip, I don't want to break up that flow, so I'm getting to them as we stop talking about
That's
stuff.
the way to do it.
So if it seems like I haven't read your tip yet, it's because I just haven't gotten to it in order. I'm getting to them. We will get to all of them. I swear. And I'm also trying to look at chat, too, to not leave chat out.
What a waste. Not leaving the chat out, then.
No.
My mushroom chaps got wasted in all those kobolds. And I got mind-controlled kobolds there, and they're weak, pathetic losers.
Oh,
It's terrible.
I'm sorry. Oh, and Doyle actually left in a bit of a huff. And so he might not have made it to where I read his tip. I'm so very sorry, Doyle871, if you hear this later, that I did not get to your first tip in time
Oh, for fuck's sake.
to read your second tip where you left in a huff.
Is that the chat saying he left in a huff?
No, his next tip says he left in a huff. He gave us another $2 to tell us that we missed his first $2 tip.
So he left us $2 to tell you that he's upset?
Yeah, I think so.
That's weird.
Is that what they call a crybaby?
Isn't this kind of how it always works? You have a conversation, then eventually you get to the next tip.
Maybe he's new, or some nights we get through tips a little bit faster than others. And,
I demand now. It's my stream.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Anonymous says, greetings from Alaska again. Jack, what else did you do on your long U.S. road trip? And Jay, have you ever been to AK? I assume that's Alaska. Or have considered visiting? Thanks, guys. I always enjoy.
Haven't really considered. I know someone that used to live there and said it was nice. I don't know what area they lived in.
It's an interesting place, Alaska.
Yeah.
It's different. If you want to go somewhere different, just try.
All I know about Alaska is what I learned from Northern Exposure.
What else do you need to know? First of all, that's about it. That's about it. I'm trying to remember the exact path of my summer-long road trip. It was a fantastic road trip I took as a teenager with my mom and little brother. Wisconsin, and then we drove all the way across to Washington, spent some time in Seattle, then we flew up to Alaska and drove around Alaska, which was great. And it's weird, but and I want to say it was during the time when it was dark out 20 hours of the day. So that was very, very off-putting. And then we flew back down, drove all the way down the west coast. So we got to drive through the giant redwoods in Northern California. It was
Yeah, I've
beautiful.
never been to that area. I would like to.
That's the you need to see these giant ridiculous trees.
Yeah, I plan on getting out there one of these days. It'd be nice.
So amazing. And for the entire road trip, we didn't stay in any hotels. We camped everywhere.
Okay.
And so, like they have cheapo campsites everywhere. So every night just set up the tent and camp, and it was really fantastic. And then from there, the plan was to go through LA, then go through Reno, Nevada, which was awesome. And Reno, I stopped at this ridiculous comic book store and picked up a bunch of, if anyone remembers the Marvel New Universe
Yes.
set of comic books. They were awful.
Marvel started another line of comics that just wasn't connected to their previous ones.
Okay.
It's supposed to be more realistic. Wasn't that the gimmick?
So, like Wolverine could run into Spider-Man at any time. That's a universe, right?
Okay.
They started a Splinter universe, and it failed like 30 issues into each comic. It tripped out the starting gate.
Well, because, I think I remember this. They had the other timeline running in a different series of comics, right? At the same time?
You're thinking of Ultimate. Because these weren't the same characters.
Okay.
Yeah, brand new characters, brand new universe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not what I'm thinking of then.
But I remember the one...
The Star Killers. And I don't remember what their name was, but those...
There was the DRP, I want to say, which was like a misfit group of heroes with strange powers. There was a bird girl who came from an alternate dimension of bird people.
When you're talking about superheroes, a misfit group of people with strange powers is not a very useful description.
Right? I want to say they were called the DRP or something. I forget. The bird girl was the weirdest one because apparently, because her bones were hollow, she had extra healing power, but I don't know where that... And she could fly. Like, that was it.
Sure.
But the important one is I read Justice. It was this awesome character.
I'm going to take a little break. I'll be back.
Okay. Justice was hitching rides outside of Philadelphia.
Okay.
And one arm was his sword, and he could fry people, and one arm was his shield. And he looked like Cable, if you know who Cable is. Like white hair, old dude. And it was this very simple story of him fighting a cult leader. And, his job was to he was like the police officer for everyone with superpowers, and he found this cult leader who had like slight mind control power, and it was very gritty, and it is an awesome comic. I still have it, and a couple of years ago, I decided I wanted to track down all the Justice comics. I was like, I love this series. All the rest of them are garbage. Every single other issue of Justice is 100% garbage. This is issue like 32 or something. Issue 1 through 30, he's an alien on a different planet.
Okay.
Then somehow he comes to Earth and is this guy.
Yeah.
And then he goes back to the alien planet later on. I caught this one issue of a comic where he's an Earthling.
You got the one good one.
I got the one good one. I wasted all that eBay money.
But
And then, okay, so Reno, then to Vegas. Then the plan was to go head back from Vegas, go to back up to Wisconsin, and do whitewater rafting on our way back up.
oh, okay.
But the trip had a series of missteps,
As every long road trip does.
including a big car accident in Alaska and getting held up, getting robbed at gunpoint in Las Vegas.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I got robbed by 2 little girls at gunpoint in Las Vegas.
Now, when you say little girls,
I was 15 at the time, and I think they were younger than me.
oh my God.
Yeah. Well, there were 2 of them.
Why don't you just give them a good shove?
Because they had a gun.
They're little girls. They're not going to shoot you. They're trying to look intimidating.
It
Just
worked.
Give them a good shove.
It worked.
You were 15.
Yeah.
I understand.
No, it worked. No, we were in a parking lot of a grocery store, like getting all the supplies to go on the next leg of the trip. And one, they were sitting in front of the car. One reached into the front of the car, grabbed a purse, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" So I went to talk to the other one, whipped out a gun. Don't fucking move, right?
Oh, wow.
She talked like that too. Maybe she wasn't a little girl.
I was going to say, are you sure she's not just a little person? Like a 40-year-old little person?
So then I was kind of befuddled, and she ran away, and I was like, my mom and my little brother were in the back. We had a minivan, so I just kind of had to go back and go, I'm pretty sure we just got robbed. And yeah, sure enough, we did. And apparently they had hit a bunch of people recently, so it was just one of those.
Wow.
A decade later, my mom gets a call from the Las Vegas Police Department, and they found her driver's license.
A decade later?
Not joking.
Wow.
A decade later, they contacted her. Hey, we found your purse. It's great.
It was clutched in the hand of a tiny skeleton woman laying in a ditch.
She appeared to be 65 years old. We have some questions about your statement. So because of the missteps, the car accident, and a couple other like little things here and there, we decided not to go whitewater rafting. We decided not to test our luck and just drove back to Wisconsin. Still a fantastic road trip.
That's good. I've never been on that extended of a road trip. I think the longest road trip I've had has been like 2 days. We used to drive to Florida every winter. I remember, and we would drive there in the winter, of course, because it's nice down there. And so we would get away from, Illinois winters for a little while.
Of
Go to, like
course.
Disney and Universal and all that.
Yeah.
And I remember one time we were driving down, and we were still in, I don't remember where we were, maybe like southern Illinois, but it was still really like, snowy and icy. And
Like half the country is still covered in ice.
yeah, exactly. So my brother was driving my dad's car. My dad was in the passenger seat. And we're driving on the interstate, and I remember we just hit a patch of ice. And so the car started to spin in the middle of the interstate. I just remember my dad very calmly just goes, "Here we go." And the car just goes into a ditch. But just my dad, "Here we go."
Oh, how eerie.
He knew it was going to happen eventually. You drive on the interstate in the winter over and over and over. Eventually it'll happen.
By the way, like how chill of your dad though, just to be so calm, just be like, all right. I
There's
guess
nothing
we're
he could do about it
spinning
at
out
that
of control.
point.
Right.
The
right.
car starts to skid out.
But I think like a lesser person would have just started freaking the fuck out, and all the
Nah.
kids would have started screaming.
No, not my dad.
Wait, what happened?
I'm not going to repeat the story.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I guess we're spinning out of control. So that was Alaska. I did see the Aurora Borealis while I was up in Alaska.
Yeah, nice.
Which is awesome. Big green fucking lights in the sky.
I would love to see that.
Great place. Oh, Anonymous, who asks that question about a movie Jay might hate. You know what that is, Anonymous. That is just for you. Something's going to happen. You'll figure it out. Penis Jesus says, new to the stream, but longtime RLM fan. Has there ever been a game that you enjoyed that was ruined for you by a patch? Anything that they tried to fix in a game that totally fucked it up? While you're thinking, the easiest example that comes to mind is Team Fortress 2, which is a game that I have close to 1,000 hours in. So it's hard to say that the game is ruined because I've enjoyed 1,000 hours of a video game. But with all of the updates and patches and new items and new stuff that you could do, eventually the game became not the game it was at the beginning. It was this wonderfully balanced multiplayer shooter, and the more weapons they added and the more maps and the more hats and the more things you could eventually fuck around with, the game stopped being the game I loved.
I wouldn't say I have one that's been ruined.
Pause for dramatic effect.
The thing in my throat. I had a thing in my throat. I had to take a drink.
Oh, I thought you were setting it up.
I thought maybe for a second you were dying of thirst or something. Dying of hunger and then
No, I
dying
had
of thirst.
I had a powdered cheese in the back of my throat. It was going to drive me nuts. Because I'm not a multiplayer gamer. So I've never had a game ruined with patches.
Yeah.
But XCOM Enemy Unknown. Every time they had a forced fucking patch, it would ruin all of the fucking mods.
Oh.
And there were patches that were forced every now and then because I would set it to fucking offline mode specifically so it wouldn't fuck with all of my mods. They didn't care. They didn't respect my offline. No, please don't auto update.
I'm very
They did it
sorry.
every now and then anyway, and God, it pissed me off every fucking time.
And then you'd have to reinstall all of the
Yeah,
mods
yeah.
and see
Well,
get the updates for the mods and see which one works.
If they updated the mod,
Oh.
there's one I really liked. They didn't.
I'm sorry, Rich.
It was the XCOM Toolbox.
Yeah.
It was like it would let you easily install and uninstall a bunch of different kind of like moddy kind of things. Yeah, that was taken from me. I don't know.
I was taking
Because they needed to change the terms of service agreement for Korea. Or something.
Oh, by the way, Overwatch has replaced TF2 for me as well. I'm loving Overwatch now that I
You
have
came
a
to hate
proper.
TF2.
Huh?
You came to hate TF2, or at least
Not hate.
enjoy it.
It's just. Yeah, it wasn't. Everyone was congaing. There was they updated a patch. You could do this thing in the game where you could do a silly little thing, a taunt, is what it's called. And what it's meant for is after you kill someone, when they die, the camera zooms to the character that killed them. And if you were lucky enough, you could kind of taunt, and it'd be like a little icing on your kill cake.
Yeah.
And one of the taunts they added later on was called conga. And if one person conga'd and another person was near them and they hit taunt, they would conga, and you could start a whole conga line.
Oh, sure.
And at first, I was just fun. A whole server, both teams would get in a big conga line. All right, that's fun. Let's get back to the game now.
Yeah.
Guys, stop congaing. Stop, please, I want to play the game. Stop congaing.
Couldn't you just shoot the people who were congaing?
You
and
could,
get the points?
You could, but then you'd get yelled at. No, not points. You wouldn't win the game
Say-
because your team would be congaing.
Say I'm playing the fucking game. Shut up.
Well, then you'd have to find the right server. It just became a hassle. It's an old game. I have 1,000 hours into it. I'm perfectly fine not playing it anymore. The kill cake, right. The icing on the kill cake. But yeah, Overwatch is fantastic. I'm loving Overwatch. I hope they don't ruin it with bad characters.
It's like $50 though, right?
No, 60. I mean, it's full,
60, yeah.
full price, and there's microtransactions in it and everything.
I thought it was kind of neat, but not $60 neat for somebody who doesn't really like online shooters.
Absolutely. No, I got 50 hours into my Xbox One version and really enjoyed it. Now that I'm learning mouse and keyboard, I paid another $60 to have it on my PC, and I'm loving it already. Ooh, that mouse and keyboard action. Ooh, dog. You're so accurate. Only losers use controllers. I'm changing my ways.
I understand. Yeah.
I'm changing my ways.
Saw that video, that like 3-minute long video. It was cute.
Someone found old instances where I was talking highly about controllers, and now new instances where I've been teaching myself mouse and keyboards, and they cut together a little here's before and here's after of Jack.
Oh,
and
sure.
I thought it was cute, so I added it to one of our prereq playlists.
I hate this map. This is the finale.
Ooh, of the game?
Yes, though there are DLC missions,
Oh, neat.
but
Neat.
I hate this map.
Without the rifts, there's no
You know how many gates there are to fucking defend? You're one fucking person. There are 8.
Ooh.
There are 8 fucking gates.
Dan's Bucket of Shame, yeah. If I'm in a game and you see, join me. I added you all on Battle.net for friends. Join me. Invite me to your group. Apparently you get more XP if we're in a group. That's fine. If I'm playing, I'll play with you. I don't have a microphone yet for my new computer. So I might not be able to talk to you, but yeah, play with me. I like playing Overwatch. If I'm playing it, I'll play with you because I'll play with anyone. I just don't want to play the game. Let's see here. Anonymous says, "Hey guys, I work for cracked.com."
Oh.
Hey!
Congratulations.
You the one who occasionally makes the RLM references?
Let's see here. And we do a lot of personal experience articles. I think our readers would love to hear about running the stream and making videos and movies. Want to be interviewed?
Yeah.
Yes. Get a hold of us. You can do so at contact@redlettermedia.com. Or probably if you want like a faster response, prereq. You guys get a lot more email than we do. That's not,
We get a lot of emails.
that's not a dig against your handling of email. You just get a lot more.
Yeah.
You can contact me at prereq@redlettermedia.com, and we will set something up. Absolutely. Let's see here. Hard-boiled Frank, have you guys heard or seen anything about the new Japanese Godzilla movie? It looks incredible, and it beat both American adaptations in Japan.
Well, that's not surprising. Of course it did. It's the OG Godzilla. It's the real Godzilla.
Of course it did.
Yeah, I saw a trailer for it, and Godzilla looked cool in it.
The new American Godzilla was not bad.
It was okay for the 5 seconds that Godzilla was in the movie. I mean, yeah, it was an okay. It certainly wasn't the Matthew Broderick one.
Nah.
Well, that's going to get confusing because now there's a new Japanese Godzilla movie, and there's also a new American Godzilla movie coming out, right?
Is there?
I think so.
I've only heard about the new Japanese one.
I thought there was another. Well, they're doing Kong Skull Island,
Right.
which is meant to be a setup for an American Godzilla versus King Kong movie, which is why King Kong is gigantic now. It's not because that was the vision for the movie. It's so he's the appropriate size to fight Godzilla, because everything has to be a universe now. That Kong Skull Island movie looks pretty good, though. Have you seen the trailer for that?
Yeah, I saw the trailer
It looks
for
like a
that. That
war
looks fun.
movie. It looks like Apocalypse Now with King Kong in it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
I'm excited. I'm excited about King Kong.
And John Goodman's in it. I love that John Goodman's popping up and stuff more often lately.
That guy.
Have you seen 10 Cloverfield Lane?
No, I've heard really good things. about it.
He's great in it. He's really good.
Overall, what do you think?
Good movie.
Good movie?
Very good movie, yeah.
Good.
Kind of takes a turn in the third act that isn't great, but everything else is great.
Okay. I'll believe that. I'll be down. I'll believe that and be down. Well, yeah, so, like, of course, the movie made by the home team is going to do better in Japan.
I thought there was an American Godzilla coming out before or right around the time of Kong Skull Island, but maybe I'm just thinking of the eventual Kong versus Godzilla movie that they're doing.
Maybe. And, I didn't see the new Godzilla movie because I kept hearing that you see very little of Godzilla. And
Which would be fine if the characters were more interesting, and they're not.
oh, but part of the fun of Godzilla, I want to see him destroy a building. That's what I want from a Godzilla movie.
Yeah.
So if I don't see that, I don't give a fuck. I want to see a man in a rubber costume smush a cardboard building because that's what's fun for me.
Right.
So, and I hear we're going to get that in the Japanese Godzilla movie. So that's what I'm excited about. Anonymous says, just would like to say thanks to Jay for turning me on to Twin Peaks. Just watched both series and loved it. Is it possible there will be a review on the show with Series 3 on the way?
Oh, I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
That'd be a weird
Maybe
one.
there'll be a lot to say about the 3rd season when it eventually airs.
Sure. Sure.
That's we don't do TV shows because there's too much to go into. That's why Stranger Things, it's like, it's basically an 8-hour movie. That's much more easy to discuss. And because we discussed the aesthetic of it more than anything else.
Oh, you afraid to do it?
But an ongoing, yes, it's because we're afraid.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. You'd be.
But like an ongoing show with different like storylines and ongoing plots, and it's too much.
You're not the Talking Dead.
Yeah, exactly. We're not going to do a video for each episode that just goes on endlessly.
I'm with you. I am with you.
I don't know what I'm doing here, by the way.
That's fine.
I don't know what you're doing either, so it's okay.
You're clicking on your orcs. They gotta die. That's what the title says.
Yeah, but how to kill them can be the issue.
Well, that's all up to you. Unit 603 Idiot says, Jay, are there any games you like?
Not like modern games. I love Donkey Kong Country way back when,
Sure.
and Super Mario Brothers 3. That was my jam.
Super Mario Brothers 3 is a great
I
game.
probably played that game more than any other video game.
Oh, do they start in the north or do they start in the south? I've forgotten.
South.
That's a direction.
South is
Yeah.
where they start.
What have you got?
Oh, shit.
Also, please don't try and connect with Neil Breen. If you do, we'll never see pass
I'm getting
through.
bored. Don't let us down.
That's just what Unit 603 Idiot says.
Okay.
He's very defensive of his crap. Is that what you're getting at? And he won't let...
Neil Breen is very defensive of his crap.
Yes.
He's very defensive of his real movies
Right.
that are not
He
crap
takes
at
his
all.
stuff very seriously, which is great from our point of view.
Which is why we love him.
Yeah.
Telefrag says it's pronounced Coven. Much love, Mark Borchardt. It is. That's what.
Shit.
Because Coven sounds like oven,
Because
man.
Coven sounds like oven, and that's not scary. That's why it's Coven. God, I love that movie. Loner Archon, Jack, and Rich after playing No
Oh,
Man's...
I'm on the wrong side. Shit!
Was it North? Did I guess wrong? I did. Yep. Sorry.
I had a brain fart. It's my fault.
Loner Archon, I'll talk just because Rich is playing. Loner Archon asked if we wished we had our time back after playing No Man's Sky.
Doesn't everybody?
Partially, doesn't everybody, but I'm actually really happy with how that episode turned out. I think that was that's one of my favorites. Rich and I had a lot of stuff to talk about. There's a lot of good jokes, and so I had to suffer through it, but hopefully my suffering through it means that other people won't have to and get to watch an enjoyable video about the video game. So, personally, no. That's looking at it very practically, though. I did put a lot of time into that dumb, boring game. More so, I just want the hard drive space back. You know, I captured a lot of video, and it's a lot of it's really boring. And I have a thing on my video capture card that allows me to do flashback recording. So you can set it. I have it set for like 10 minutes. And so theoretically, and I don't know exactly how it works, I could not be recording, but then if something really cool happens, I hit the button, and it just takes the last 10 minutes and starts recording then.
Oh, okay.
It hasn't worked for me all the time, so I just record everything.
Better to not chance it. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I have like 30 hours of footage of No Man's Sky on a hard drive.
Oh, God.
And I don't want to delete it, you know, because you never know when you're going to need it later. And
Yeah.
so I don't want my time back. I want my hard drive space back. That's what's more important to me with No Man's Sky.
Is that one of those games that everyone thinks is horribly boring, but still has diehard like defenders?
Yeah.
You video game people. You guys get so defensive.
They really do. They really do. And Rich and I played that game wrong a lot. And they let us know that we played it wrong. And I thought we had some really good arguments. And I know and apparently we didn't go far enough on the hate for the people that hate it too.
Oh, I see.
And so, you know, like there were people who loved it and we played it wrong, and then there were people who hate it and we were too light on the crook of the maker of it. Because a lot of people think that he falsely sold the game.
There's a very good argument to be made for that.
And there is an argument to be made about that. My counterpoint was, I'm not sure that he was a snake oil salesman. I just think that he wanted stuff to be in the game that ended up not being in there. So whether or not
He kept going on like about shit like a week before they launched. He damn well knew it wasn't going to be it at that point.
But he was still acting like it
But
was
he was
going
still
in?
acting like it. Yeah. So I think there's a good argument to be made for him being a liar. We don't know for sure.
Okay.
But so we're getting it from both sides. We weren't harsh enough on the crab.
Why can't you just validate everyone's opinion always, Jack?
That's true. That's true. You guys can't even be right. That's true, you monster. We're never right. Yep. Let's see here. Renegade Akira says, Jack, now that you are more familiar with mouse and keyboard, I recommend the game Ziggurat, an FPS roguelike where you are a wizard shooting lightning and carrots at ghosts. LOL, fug my duck. Lightning and carrots at ghosts. I will add that to the list because that sounds fun. I want to shoot carrots at ghosts.
Why?
Because why? That's absurd. Why would you shoot
know.
a carrot at a ghost?
Because that's how you kill a ghost, right? That's the famous
Apparently.
mythology.
Is maybe it helps you see the ghost because carrots are good for your eyes? That's my carrot joke. Pretty
Really?
good.
That's your carrot joke.
Pretty good joke.
That's your carrot joke.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's the best.
The carrot joke you're going with is that.
Ziggurat game.
You could have had any carrot joke you wanted.
That was my carrot joke.
That was yours.
And
Yep.
there's an endless plethora of carrot jokes out there.
Nope.
There's one carrot joke about it being good for your eyes. Maybe there's a joke about giving it to a bunny. Got anything?
No.
You think of a better carrot joke. That's all I got, man. That's all.
Oh, carrot humor.
Right. We missed the boat. Oh, that carrot humor. Anonymous says, excluding Pixar, what movies have made you cry during your adult lives?
I don't recall any.
It doesn't happen very often. I'm trying to think.
I don't know if I was full-blown tears, but I was definitely tearing up during Creed.
I can see that.
Like, there's a moment in Creed when Sylvester Stallone gets a little ill.
Yeah.
And they were dealing with that, and that I don't know if I was full blown tears in face, but I was welling.
You got the misty eyes.
I got misty. Recently, while watching Kubo, very simple story, but it has a lot to do with parents and children, and I was watching it with my kids, and so I think that had less to do with the movie, more just watching it with my kids and not cry again, just a little well up. I'm also I'm a crier at movies. I let it go, so I'm probably not a good judge of that. You guys?
I'm trying to think. It doesn't happen very often. Even movies that affect me emotionally, they don't make me cry.
Mm-hmm.
I think Magnolia did when I saw that the first time in the theater.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that movie is emotion overload. So I don't even think I could tell you what part it was.
Sure.
Because that whole movie, that's Feelings, the movie. Bludgeoning you over the head until you feel something.
Nice. I'm gonna bludgeon you over the head with sadness, motherfucker.
Maybe the Royal Tenenbaums way back when?
Oh yeah?
I'm stretching here. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Oh yeah, no, that's fair.
I'm trying to think of something more recent. I don't know.
That is fair. Let's see here. The Blue Blaze says, "Hey guys, with every recent major animated movie being 3D, what do you think of 2D essentially being ignored in film?"
I get it. I mean, from a budget standpoint and a practicality standpoint, I get why it would be abandoned. It's a giant pain in the ass, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
You gotta crank this stuff out.
Oh, fuck. These.
Yeah, but, I think we're going to see a new wave of, like, it's becoming a lot cheaper to make kind of short 2D animated stuff. And so hopefully we'll see a new wave of 2D animated TV shows or little internet shorts. For features, listen, the Hollywood is dying. Everyone knows that. It won't matter in a couple of years. Netflix will put out a 2D animated stuff.
Netflix will make something.
Netflix will make something great in 5 years.
If it's a market that there's an audience for and they're not being serviced, then yes, Netflix will come up with something. That's what they're doing.
Be patient. Find some people to follow on Twitter. I don't even know how I ended up following this person, but they constantly retweet other people's final animation school theses. Like they're like 2 to 3 minute silent animated features. It's one of my favorite Twitter accounts.
Interesting.
And like I don't think like that's not the purpose of their account. They just know a lot of people who are going through animation school, and I love it.
Interesting.
I love it. We're gonna see a new wave. Let's see here. Also, Rich, you looked exactly like this when my mom thought you were a woman. Wait, what?
What am I supposed to say? What the fuck am I supposed to say?
The Blue Blaze writes that. I read the thing they wrote because that's what we said we would do, and it wasn't like necessarily bad. So I was like, I'll read it. Great, anonymous. I'm not reading that. 7 of Borgnine. Jay, would you consider doing a review of Day of the Dead? I know it's your favorite Romero, or your favorite of the Romero trilogy, and I'd like to know your reasons for liking it the most.
Probably. That's a very good candidate. So I'm sure we'll do it eventually. It's tricky with something like that, where it's like we already did, like with John Carpenter, we did Escape from New York. That's one, like, I could go through every one of his movies chronologically. But we didn't. We picked Escape from New York because that's my favorite. Where it's like, you can go through all the George Romero, you could just do the Dead movies, I guess, but my favorite movie of his is Martin, so it's like, where do you fit Martin in? What's the order? Do you have to, like, if we're going to do Day of the Dead, do we have to start with Night of the Living Dead first?
Right.
So, I would like to do it eventually, because, yeah, I love that movie. So yes, it's a definite possibility.
Great.
Eventuality. It's a definite eventuality, I would say.
Ooh, that's better. That's more permanent.
Yes. When? I don't know. But I'm sure it'll happen.
Let's see here. Anonymous says, any of you guys tried Mr. Robot? I enjoy that show quite a bit. How about Narcos or House of Cards? I've never seen Mr. Robot.
I've heard good things. I haven't paid too much attention to it. House of Cards, I watched the first episode. It's very well made. I mean, it's David Fincher. But it was a subject matter that didn't interest me terribly, so it's like, all right, I get it.
Everyone's really good in it. I only
well,
made
of
it
course.
through the first season.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't care.
That's the thing. It's like, it's well made. I understand why people would like it, but it's just not for me.
Yeah. Did you see any Narcos?
I know nothing about Narcos.
Netflix original about, oh God, what's his name? The Colombian drug lord. The famous Colombian cocaine lord, Salazar?
Oh.
Carlos
Escobar.
Yeah,
Carlos Escobar. Or whatever. The famous, the cocaine guy. It's a movie about the cocaine guy. And
TV show.
It's a Netflix original TV show about the cocaine guy. I saw a couple episodes. It's about him on one end and about like someone on drug enforcement, trying to catch.
Okay. So that's the thing. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's well made, but that's not something I'm interested in.
And it really is. And it's I know I saw the first 2 episodes of it, and it didn't really hook me. But they're quality, really quality. He has this little thing where he's bribing guards at one point. He goes through this little speech, and it was great and it was powerful. And if you're into like drug drama, if you like Blow, I'm sure you'll love it.
Blow.
And remember Blow? That movie was everywhere.
Wasn't Paul Rubens in that movie?
I'm sure he was. Yeah, he was in that movie.
That was like, yeah, that was because he had some comeback stuff, but that was like a dramatic thing that he did. Yeah, I saw that in the theater, and I don't think I've thought about it since.
I like Miami Vice, but I'm a Man fan. Yeah, you know what? Like, but even if I think if you're into Miami Vice, you might like Narcos. It doesn't have the style of Miami Vice, but it's got all that Vice drug stuff, and it's neat. Like they go into like, at least in the first couple of episodes, they're like in the jungles of Colombia, and like it's this drug lord talking to the guy who basically invented cocaine, and it's neat. It's really neat, cool setting. I don't care about the cocaine wars of the 70s and 80s. So to me, that's a show that like my dad would watch. Drug drama.
Yeah, it's a dad show.
It's a dad show. I'm a dad.
But you're
it's
not an
not
older dad.
Not an older dad. It gets confusing. Kamaxian 120. Hi, Jack, Rich, and Jay. Appreciate the Midwestern humor as I'm from North Dakota. We don't talk like that. It's all Minnesota. Did you see the new Resident Evil trailer, and what do you think?
It looks like another Resident Evil movie.
God bless that Milla Jovovich.
Milla Jovovich.
Just hanging out.
Still doing her thing?
I think her husband directs them, right?
Yeah. Paul W.S. Anderson.
So just, you know what? They're just having fun, man. They're spending time together, killing stunt people on set, just, having a good old time.
Did a stunt person die or just get horribly injured on that?
I think they died.
Did they? I
think so.
I remember hearing something about that. I thought it was just a bad injury.
Could have been a bad injury. I thought died, but I guess I don't really know. That's just how it works sometimes.
That's a strange series. The fact that it's been going... Because the first one was like, what, 2001 or something?
I believe it.
And they're still making them. And Milla Jovovich doesn't look like a day older than she did in the first one.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Good for her.
Yeah. Does she even act outside of those movies anymore?
I don't think so.
What else has she been in lately, aside from those?
Has was she in? Didn't
I lost in the last wave.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rich.
Oh.
Who's the French filmmaker that did Fifth Element? Didn't he just make a new movie?
Besson?
Didn't Luc Besson make a new movie?
Did he? I don't know.
I think so. She might have been in it.
Probably not.
Terrible.
Luc Besson?
Yes,
Luc Besson is terrible?
Ah,
You talk ill of Luc Besson?
terrible.
Oui, Luc Besson.
Terrible.
Let's see here. Oh, leftover beefcake's going to get topical on it. Jay, an important question for you.
Okay.
How many videos have been hit by the latest YouTube advertising kerfuffle?
None, because nobody knows what they're talking about. That's the end of it. Everybody's very upset about something they're completely uninformed on. They've already decided they're angry and they don't know what they're talking about. And I'll leave it at that.
Great.
Yes. Especially take issue with people that are using the word censorship.
Oh my God.
I saw you tweeted that article from that one guy.
From Freddie Wong.
Yeah.
Famous YouTuber Freddie Wong.
Which I don't know hardly anything. I know he's a big YouTuber, but I don't know anything. I don't know anything about any of these YouTubers, but his article is completely accurate.
He wrote a great article. Someone who now has a career thanks to YouTube wrote an article all about this whole YouTube ad kerfuffle. I highly recommend you read Freddie Wong's article. And yes, that word gets thrown around a lot, that censorship word.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 99% of the time, it does not mean what people think it means.
Right.
Here in specific.
No, this isn't the end of YouTube. YouTube is not going to become a kiddie-friendly PG world. People have blown it way out of proportion.
People have blown it way out of proportion. One of my favorite parts of that article was how Freddie Wong was describing the scene around YouTube makers when YouTube rolled out ads.
Oh, yeah, and everyone was upset that there were ads.
And now they're upset that ads are not being shown
Right.
on certain video. The crux of it, for anyone who doesn't know the situation, we won't get into it too much, is if certain advertisers deem some content unacceptable, they won't advertise on it. Not YouTube. Advertisers.
Yes.
Kind of in conjunction with YouTube.
YouTube, the privately owned company.
YouTube, the privately owned company, running an expensive-to-run website that is run
that anyone can
entirely-
upload anything to for free.
that is run entirely on ads. Like,
Yeah.
the whole reason YouTube exists is because of ads. They're trying to make it easier for advertisers to advertise on videos that say don't feature decapitation, or whatever.
Right.
Or a man being set on fire,
Yeah.
because that is on. You can find that stuff on YouTube right now.
That is the type of stuff, though, that type of stuff specifically, that may get flagged and removed from YouTube. And it's understandable.
Absolutely.
When it does happen.
Absolutely. So YouTube is trying to make a space for their advertisers where it's a little easier for them to advertise on. And so there are certain videos that will remain on YouTube. You can still watch them, but will have advertisements removed from them.
Right.
Yeah. So it's totally not a big deal.
But, Jack, the terms of service say that they'll remove ads from any video that has swearing in it. That's not what it says, but
That's exactly what it says.
it does mention that. But that's like, you got to have guidelines for if a video does get flagged and demonetized. You have to have some sort of reason to give that person. So,
Yeah.
like, hey, here's some examples.
And
But that doesn't literally mean every video with swearing will get demonetized.
It happened to I've seen two half big YouTubers have it happen to a couple of their videos, and so everybody started freaking out about it.
There was a hashtag and everything.
Was there?
YouTube is over party or something like that.
I missed the hashtag.
You missed that.
Oh, I missed the whole hashtag.
You know shit's real when there's a hashtag, and then other people see that hashtag, so they say, "I guess I'm angry too,"
I'm angry
even
too.
though I don't know anything about the situation.
Yep. Yep.
Didn't this happen a couple years ago too, where everybody flipped out about some new YouTube terms of policy change or something?
Wasn't it the comment section alterations?
I don't know. It feels like every once in a while there's like oh no, this is the end of YouTube.
The end of YouTube.
And then a couple days later, everybody's completely forgotten.
Because they're the only ones. They don't have any competition right now when it comes
Sure.
to video streaming.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to go completely draconian, a lot of people would be fucked.
Oh sure, I understand that completely.
And I think that this reaction might be in part just worried about, well, this is step one. What's next?
Yeah.
What's next?
Sure.
But here's the thing: you need to, if you're a YouTuber, you need to prepare yourself for that. Instead of just waiting for the day when your channel gets shut down and say, "Well, fuck."
Yes.
Like, you have to have other plans.
But there's not an obvious
But-
other place to go now.
Well, but here's the thing, Rich. If your livelihood, let's picture in our mind a YouTuber who makes all of their money on YouTube ads.
yeah.
If your livelihood is dependent on a service that is out of your control, you need to either adjust what you're making or find another means of revenue.
Right.
Well, that's why things like Patreon exist.
That's why things like Patreon exist. And so, like, if you are a YouTuber who makes all of their money through YouTube, you need to follow their rules because they are giving you a free service in order for you to make money.
Yeah.
I think what you're saying is don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Or if you do, you got to do what the basket tells you to do.
Yeah.
You have to do what the basket
And
tells
this
you to
isn't.
do.
I've seen some people when you talk sort of logically about this, like
Yeah.
we're trying to do.
Yeah.
There are people like, oh, you're being a YouTube apologist, where it's like, look, the system isn't perfect,
Right.
But it's the system that's available. You know,
Yes.
this is what you have to work with. There's issues with false copyright claims and all that stuff. Like, it's
Absolutely.
not a perfect system, but
Absolutely.
it is what it is. You know, you gotta work with what you got.
I demand that this free service cater to my needs specifically.
Yeah, and that's the way some people react. And it's like,
Are you saying that you are prepared for the shit to hit the fan?
you have to be.
I'm letting them know.
Yeah.
I'm letting them know.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Point is, everything's fine.
Well, it's
I
like-
mean, especially in this specific situation, everything is fine.
Well, it's like, for Red Letter Media, you guys have a Patreon. We have a Twitch stream.
Right.
Our Twitch stream is where we make most of our income. And so you have to have a plan B. Or you have to follow the rules. Because they're the ones
no, you
providing
have
this-
to endlessly complain about the rules for the system that you are being allowed to use in the first place.
That's it almost frustrates me. Because
Well, the worst part is, I mean, I can understand some people being more upset about it than, we're pretty casual about it right
Yeah.
now. I get if people are upset. I get if people are worried about their channel, because some YouTubers did get, a lot of their videos were demonetized.
Sure.
But here's what you can do. You can counter that, and your monetization, unless you have a video of beheading or whatever,
Right.
your monetization will be turned back on pretty quickly.
it could be, yeah.
Are you saying you have a sweet beheading video?
The point being, I mean,
I
changing the subject on that.
click, click, no.
I just didn't have a funny answer to that.
Yeah, I know.
Now I forgot where I was going, Rich.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a jerk.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I understand if some people are upset, but,
Right.
this is what you got to work with.
Meeble says YouTube wouldn't make any money without creator content, not the other way around. Except for the people who earn money exclusively through YouTube. Meeble, duh. Also,
Chosen well.
YouTube... I don't know if people understand the scope of YouTube.
Well, that's the thing, too. Yeah, I mean, there's so many videos uploaded every second to
I
YouTube.
want you to think about, you want to listen to a song, you want to watch a YouTube video. How easily can you accomplish that? And how much work do you think it takes for you to watch that video? They have servers, they have people running the servers, they have all this equipment laid out so you can easily watch a YouTube video. You put up a video for other people to watch on your own server and see how easy it is. YouTube needs its creators to sell advertisements, just like creators need YouTube for people to see their videos. Without YouTube, where are these people going to show their videos? There are other services, but none of them have the reach of YouTube.
Yeah.
So I don't think it is the other way around. It's we need YouTube or another service like YouTube. Sure. I would love some competition. We don't really have it right now. But a year's worth of videos uploaded every day. Oh, every hour.
And that's the funny thing, too, is people, with the terms of service saying, no inappropriate language or whatever, there seem to be people that think that there's literally people scouring through that work for YouTube that are physically watching every single video looking for swear words in the videos. All this stuff is just an algorithm, right? They're scanning the video titles and the video descriptions for words that, could potentially be bad.
Yeah, no, and Fudu
Or
V,
topics that could be bad, or key phrases.
Fudu V makes an interesting counter argument, which I would like to counter. His counter, where it says, I wouldn't make money without roads and cops. So therefore, I can't complain about anything my country does, because without them, where am I going to work?
But YouTube's a privately owned company. It's a much different thing.
And you can complain about YouTube. You are free to complain about YouTube. But using your analogy, you have to pay taxes,
Yeah.
which pay for the roads and the cops. That's a rule that you have to follow. And that gets you the roads and the cops that make you be able to run a business and earn money. Just like you have to follow the rules of YouTube. So you're dumb. No, I'm sorry.
That was mean, Jack.
That was mean, and I'm very sorry. But you can complain about YouTube all you want. We just disagree with you. Yeah, no, there's daily motion.
I think it's over time people take for granted something that is so common.
Yeah.
Like YouTube is so common now, people look at it more as like a right than a
Right.
privilege.
Right.
YouTube could shut down tomorrow if they wanted to. Then what?
Heck, it might make Alphabet or whatever their parent company is called now more money to shut down. They could sell that copper wire for more than YouTube is worth at the moment.
That's why I think the problem is you need more services like YouTube.
There used to be
sure.
Blip, and then
Used to
Blip
be
went
Blip.
under.
Yep, no, and there's still like there's fringe ones, you know, like you have Vimeo, and Vimeo's kind of getting there with like tips, and
Yeah, none of them have the reach or the benefits of YouTube.
it's because of the ads. And the funny thing is, and you know, this is not coming from me. This is coming from that Freddie Wong article. If YouTube decides to not run an ad on a video they deem to be offensive in any way,
Embrace your inner darkness.
what's happening is YouTube still has to pay the money to have that video be able to be seen by everyone. So they're letting you see it for free, and they're not making any money off of this video that they deem offensive.
Yeah.
You can still watch all the things.
Right.
Gibba, 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 gibba.
Gubba, gubba, gubba.
Gibba, gibba, gibba.
Gabby, Gabby, Gabby.
Like most things, it's a complicated situation that people have looked at from a very non-complicated and narrow point of view.
I mean, they've hashtagged it, so
it's a hashtag.
kind
Once
of-
something's a hashtag, then it loses all meaning.
so it's kind of there.
That's not true. I shouldn't say that. There's some good causes.
You said that.
I said it.
You
You
said
can't
it.
take that back. You said that.
All right, let's see here. Kestri, hey guys, Jack and Rich, have you heard of the game Harvester? It's like a very bad horror movie, but in point and click.
Yes, I've heard of it. I haven't played it.
Okay, would we like
It
it?
has two things I don't like: point and click and horror.
Okay, so nope, we don't want it. Gobbledygooks. Regarding my wife's panic attack at Blair Witch, the only other time she had one was during another movie she thought was real or based on real events. I think the style, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Ah, okay. That is freaky. Yeah, she shouldn't watch movies like that then. Gobbledygooks. Jiggalag, I get the point. Jiggalag says, Jack, I think you may have missed the point. People complaining about demonetization. Yes, the video is still around, but if the creator doesn't get money, there isn't going to be any more of those videos around. And like I said, if the creator is dependent on YouTube, the service, to get money, that creator has to follow the rules of the service that he's using to get money.
Make money through Patreon.
Oh, right. And so...
Make money through selling T-shirts.
So that creator
Don't let
needs
yourself be dependent on YouTube.
That's my bigger point, Rich. Thank you for being more eloquent than I am. The problem is these people are dependent on the service, not that the service is evil. You know what I'm saying? The service can do whatever it wants. It's just a service. But these people are dependent on it, and these people have gotten lazy.
No, I hate those fuckers.
What happened? What happened?
Those suicide kobolds got me.
No. No. Moki B85 says, hey guys, here's a $5 tip. I always enjoy when Rich says my username like a morning radio douchebag.
Moki B86.
5.
B85. Moki B85. Today on Moki B85, we've got the hits from the 90s.
Nice. Also, if RLM makes another film, will
Where
it be...
grunge is alive. And B85.
Oh, only in the 90s is Grudge alive. I remember grunge. If RLM makes another feature film, will it be much less special effects? That can be a headache to do.
It'll probably be whatever stupid idea we come up with, which will
Yeah.
be a problem.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Not
If
worried.
it is special effects heavy, I'm not doing them.
There you go.
We're gonna farm out all that shit.
The whole business. The whole movie making business. Just give it to someone else. Don't even
Let's have someone else make the movie.
don't even write it.
There
Just
you go.
give someone an idea. You write it, and you direct it, you make it. I don't care about it anymore.
We'll just slap our name on it.
Yep. Let's see here. Hey, Rich and Jack, any plans for a Rim World stream? If you don't know what that is, think Dwarf Fortress with graphics.
How about a rim job stream?
Heyo! Nope. Frogwater. Hi, Jack. Hi, Rich. Hi, Jay. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Rutger Hauer. He's my favorite actor and has made many bad movies with great performances, like Split Second, Blood of Heroes. Thanks.
Well, Rutger Hauer's in your favorite movie, right?
Blind Fury.
The best movie ever made, apparently.
Blind Fury.
He's mastered the career slow descent.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know what... I mean, he's one of those guys that's been in tons of stuff. Like, he's in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to
He's
think
in
of...
Lady Hawk.
I've never seen Lady Hawk.
Oh, I gotta see Lady Hawk.
He's
No,
in,
you
he's
don't.
in Hobo with a Shotgun. I don't know. He's just one of those guys that's been around forever. I don't have any strong feelings about him one way or the other.
Yeah.
He's just a working character actor. He's fine.
Just an actor. Oh, speaking of working character actors, John
Joe Polito.
John Polito.
Joe Polito.
John Pilaty?
Yeah, it's Joe because I at
it
first I
Joe?
thought it said Joe Pilato. Rest in peace, Joe Pilato. I was like, the Day of the Dead guy? Yeah, Joe Polito.
Is it Joe or is it John?
It's Joe.
Oh.
Joe Polito.
That's
It's whatever he wants it to be.
whatever he wants it to be.
Now he doesn't want it to be anything because he's
he's
dead.
dead.
Oh, snap!
Oh yeah, he was great.
Famous for Coen Brother
Famous
movies.
that guy.
Famous
oh look,
that
it's that guy.
Chad is saying John.
It is John. Okay.
John Polito.
Maybe I just read it as Joe Pilato.
John Polito.
Okay. Well, that shows how big of a fan I am.
Well, he's just that guy.
He's that guy. You don't have to know his name.
Right.
The only that guy that everybody should know the name of is Dick Miller. Everybody should know Dick Miller.
Who's Dick Miller?
Dick Miller, he's Mr. Futterman in Gremlins.
He's
the
that
neighbor.
guy from Gremlins.
He's that guy from Gremlins. The neighbor, the older neighbor guy.
Sure. Okay.
He's in every Joe Dante movie. He's used to work with Roger Corman. He's just a working character actor that's been in everything.
Yeah, John Polito, you would know as like the crazy Russian from Seinfeld.
Yeah, that's right.
Just a small part in every Coen Brothers movie.
He's in, yeah, just about everyone, I think.
I know him best as the villain from Blank Man.
Oh, jeez.
Best.
Do you remember Blank Man?
That's how you know him best.
I remember that Blank Man exists.
Oh, I watched the shit out of some Blank Man as a kid, man.
Of course you did. I don't even think I've seen the whole thing.
love-
Doesn't he have a sidekick that's like a vacuum cleaner or something? Is that something?
It's a little robot, yeah.
It's a little
Not
robot?
like a sidekick. It's like
Okay.
a little robot friend.
I
Come
know.
with just a sidekick.
Is he made from vacuum cleaner parts?
I think so.
Okay.
Blank Man. You guys didn't watch a lot of Blank Man?
No.
No.
I probably saw bits of it on cable.
Growing up on the farm, you didn't watch a little Blank Man?
I did not watch Blank Man growing up on the farm, no.
I watched a shit ton of Blank Man, man.
Meteor Man.
That was like right around the same time.
Yeah.
Those two movies came out around the same time.
Blank Man stars which Wayans is it? Damon?
It's
Damon.
Marlon.
Or is it
Damon.
Damon,
Damon?
Wayans, yeah.
I
The
don't
bald one.
Aren't they all bald?
Anybody can shave their hair.
Yeah. One of the Wayans brothers
It's Damon, that's right.
is like a makeshift superhero. Literally, he's a garbage superhero.
Right.
Where he cobbles together all of his superhero stuff from like garbage found on the street. And John Polito plays like a villain who wears a silk gown. I don't remember exactly the whole thing. He robbed the bank or something. I forget. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. It's a really bad '90s superhero movie, but I kind of love it. I have a soft spot in my heart for it, as I do with all '90s superhero movies, like The Phantom and The Shadow.
The worst era for superhero movies.
The worst
and you're
era.
fond of it.
Well, I like superheroes, and they made a lot of superhero movies in that time.
What other superhero movies came out in the 90s?
Spawn.
Yep. Spawn, Phantom,
Blade.
Blade.
Came out in the 90s.
Hello.
Um,
The Shadow.
Batman was 89, so all the Batman sequels.
I want to say it was X-Men might have been 99.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Or maybe even 98.
Could be 98. I forget.
It was before 2000. well.
Steel. Yep, you
Steel.
guys got it. Dark Man.
Dark
fuck it.
Man?
Tank Girl, the best movie ever made.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Tank Girl.
Tank Girl's got a great soundtrack. I'll give
Tank
it that.
Girl.
Guardian Limit Reached. Ah,
Ooh,
fuck.
Lori Petty?
Yeah.
Lori Petty.
Oh, X-Men was 2000.
Was it really?
Weird. Okay.
X-Men is 2000. Modest Glottis? Yes. You know what you typed. I say yes.
Crow.
The Crow! Fuck yeah!
I have a feeling. I really liked that movie when it came out. I have a feeling that's one that doesn't hold up.
Oh, I'm sure it's garbage.
I have not watched it in a long
I'm
time.
sure it's emo garbage.
Yeah.
But I mean, everyone watched the shit out of that movie.
I know the comics are emo garbage.
I'm sure.
I like the art style of the comics.
Still emo garbage.
Maybe. I haven't read them since the movie came out, so.
Mystery Men, yep. The era of the misfit superhero.
Was Mystery Men in the 90s,
I
or was
don't
that
know.
2000?
Nah, they said Mystery Men, so I
I
said
think that
it.
was early 2000s.
Well, it had All-Star in it.
Yeah.
This one was All-Star.
I don't know.
There's a lot of blurring between the very late 90s and the early 2000s. It all feels like the same crap.
Yep. Anonymous says, Jack, it seems like you regulate your kids' internet usage. As they get older, what will your reaction be if they start streaming vids or if they start streaming videos or a YouTube channel? I kid you not. That is one of their favorite things to pretend doing. They have a pretend Let's Play channel.
Do they watch Let's Plays?
They do.
Okay.
There's a YouTube Kids app that has an algorithm that filters out obnoxious content like the stuff we create. And they have found like a Minecraft Let's Player that's kid friendly, and they love the shit out of him.
Do you know what his name is?
I do.
What is it?
Should we say it?
It doesn't matter.
That's Stampy.
Oh, okay, that's not the same one. I have a nephew that watches some. That's a huge thing, I guess, is Minecraft Let's Plays.
Minecraft Let's Plays.
And I know there's a couple big ones.
So my boys watch Stampy videos and they love the crap out of them. And so when they play Minecraft, because they have Minecraft for their Wii U, they talk like it's a Let's Play. Hello and welcome to this episode. And they as they're doing stuff, they talk like it's a Let's Play, and they have a pretend channel and they have their own pretend characters.
I mean, that makes sense. I remember being a little kid and me and my siblings pretending we had like a talk show because there was lots of talk shows on.
Exactly. That's their preferred form of entertainment.
That's the way it is now, yeah.
A lot of times if they say I want to watch something on TV, they mean I want to watch Stampy's new Let's Play. It's like, that's fine. And you know what? It's the really great thing is they watch Stampy build something in Minecraft, and then they go to Minecraft and oh yeah, we can build this now. And they I don't hate it, but it's weird. It's weird for me just because I didn't grow up like that. But
Sure.
So they will probably get to a point, and I mean they know what I do, so they will probably get to a point where they say I want to record my own Let's Plays. And when that happens, I'm not telling you fuckers. And I'm not telling anybody.
It's probably smart.
It's probably smart. No, so it'll probably happen, and I'll be okay with it. Because I kind of have to be, right?
No.
I think it's Stampy. And he has a cat costume in Minecraft, and he's British. So I think they like it that he's British.
They like the accent.
They like the accent, but...
Everybody likes the British accent.
Right. Rich doesn't like the
Rich
British
doesn't
accent.
like the British. Not just the accent, it's just them.
But yeah, I definitely regulate their, they have, we had an older iPad that I have totally parent-controlled the fuck out of. They can use it, but everything's filtered, everything's parental filtered, and...
That's gotta go.
So they have internet access, but they can't do much with it. Let's see here. Snooky7. Hey, Jay. Not sure if you were asked, but have you seen any of The Leftovers?
No. I know very little about it.
Okay. Given your love of dark/weird, figured you might like it. Season 1 is good. Season 2 is a goddamn masterpiece.
Okay.
Mix of Twin Peaks and Lost.
Okay.
The Leftovers.
Does it actually have a payoff? Unlike Lost?
Unless Damon Lindelof is involved.
Called it. That's all I have to say about Lost.
I know.
I know. Anonymous J. Anonymous is about to fuck with Rich Evans. Jay, if you could pick any animal to be, what would you choose?
How's that fucking with Rich Evans?
They asked that question last stream, and Rich Evans.
I had no answer. I don't want to be a fucking animal.
Rich Evans says, I would want to be a human. I don't want to be a stupid animal.
Everything about being an animal sounds horrible.
Humans are better than animals. So yeah, I don't think I would want to be an animal either. Is this like a if I had to kind of thing?
If you had
I
to.
refuse to answer.
You just refuse to answer.
Yeah, you know what I would be? I would be like, I figured out a better answer for this in the week since we were asked this question. Because the idea is you could be an animal and you could retain all memory of being an animal so you could talk about it.
Oh, so you turn back into a human?
You turn back into a human after 24 hours.
It would feel like a horrible violation for a day. It wouldn't be anything. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I would feel horribly violated. It would be a rape.
a transmutation rape?
Yeah.
Oh.
Of course it would.
Here's what I would do. Here's a fun answer and not a Rich Evans answer. I would be a cuttlefish. Do you know what those things are?
Somewhat.
Those are the giant teeth monster fish with the little
That's
little
an
thing.
anglerfish.
An anglerfish? What's a cuttlefish?
That's a squid.
Is it?
It's a little tiny squid.
I'd be an
that
angler.
right?
Whatever. I would be whatever fish is at the deepest part of the ocean, just so I could see what the fuck is down there.
Okay.
Right? Nobody's been down there.
I would be a sloth, because then I would just sleep through the whole thing. Just hang from a tree and sleep, and then wake up the next day and be like, oh, that was a nice nap.
Oh, cuttlefish are related to octopus. Okay, well, I would be the thing that is in the super deep water. And I just look around in the super deep water, and then I tell everybody, like, you know what's down? Fucking nothing's down there.
More of the same shit, only deeper.
Yep. And then I would save a ton of researchers a ton of time, and they'll go cure cancer or something.
There you go.
Because they can't explore the ocean. Because I did it already. Ruta! Hi! Have you guys ever played either the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games? If so, what do you think about them? Would you ever stream them? Did you ever play any of those?
No.
I played them. The Marvel Ultimate Alliance games are that weird form of real-time RPG. I was expecting turn-based combat, but it's kind of that Kingdom Hearts style RPG where the damage you do is still based off of number generators, and I didn't quite care for it, even though it is fun playing as. I didn't care for the combat. It was fun being different Marvel superheroes, but I never cared for the combat, so probably no. Probably no, we would not stream it. Pere Jewels, you guys haven't done many musicals on Half in the Bag. Would I be wasting my time sending you a copy of R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet?
Oh, man. Have you ever seen any of that? It's kind of amazing. It's ridiculous.
Should they send it our way?
I don't think we would do anything with it because it's good.
Oh,
I mean, it's like ridiculous, but it's not like something that we would do on Best of the Worst.
right.
It's completely absurd.
You know what? Send it to us.
I mean, yeah, maybe we could just watch it some night.
That'd be great. I would love
Yeah, we
that.
have some sort of get together.
A movie night where we watch R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet.
It's worth watching.
Boom. Boom. I love it. Send it. The Real Vayon. Jay, I recently rewatched your Evil Dead homage on Half in the Bag.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, during the part where Mike is on the floor, you can see the ceiling of the studio.
Oh, yeah. There's no way around it. In order to get the type of angles we needed to get, that was all we could do.
That's perfect.
That's true. Yeah, you see
There's
the top of the set in Evil Dead 2.
There's a scene in Evil Dead where you can see the top of the set.
Evil
In
Dead 2.
2.
When he's running through the walls.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was done on purpose.
It was done on purpose.
Well, the Real Vanna asked you to please reshoot that scene.
We'll get right on that. Yeah, no, I mean, we realized that when we were shooting, but to get the type of angles we wanted, we just had to do it.
Question is, which is more important?
Exactly.
Which would you, the viewer, rather
And
have?
that's the whole thing with Evil Dead 2. There's parts like that, but it's like it doesn't matter in that context. It's the energy of the scene, and you're into what's happening, and who gives a shit if you see the top of the set for a second?
Well, then it works double perfect.
It's done in the spirit, yeah, the same
Absolutely.
spirit.
Cesarean Fart. Hey guys, I was recently rewatching the Boyhood review, and it made me curious. Are there any films that are generally considered to be a classic that you would consider to be overrated or even bad? I know, yeah, you were a big voice of dissent on Boyhood.
We were. Well, I've mentioned before that I don't care for Blade Runner.
Right.
I don't know if I would say it's overrated. I don't really like when people call something overrated or underrated, because then they're not reviewing or discussing the thing itself. They're just discussing people's reaction to the thing.
They're discussing other people discussing.
What if,
Yeah,
what if
which-
the reaction to the thing is the most interesting thing?
I guess. When has that ever been the case, though?
Yeah, sometimes I guess, if the thing isn't that interesting.
No Man's Sky?
I would say I don't know. In general, I don't really like calling something overrated or underrated. I'm sure I have in the past, but in general, I don't like doing it. But yeah, Blade Runner's the big one, where it's like, I mean, I get why people like it, but it does nothing for me. So that's the big one.
All right. Id Gafu. Hey guys, I really enjoyed your Star Wars Holiday Special episode. That was really, really fun. I know you chose the movies pretty randomly, but would you ever consider doing the Ewok TV movies for Best of the Worst?
No. Oh.
I know Wilford Brimley's in one of them. I
What?
barely remember them.
I only know the one.
They came out on DVD. It was like a DVD. It was like both movies on one DVD, and I think it's out of print and actually like worth some money now. And I know where I can get a copy.
They came out on VHS too, right?
Probably. I know that
I think
the
that's-
DVD is like it goes for a fair amount on eBay now.
Sure.
I don't remember them well enough to know if they're like good, bad, or not.
Beaten the game.
Congratulations.
Beaten the game.
You did it. You've killed all the orcs? All the orcs died?
Well, I closed the portal that keeps the orcs from getting to humanity.
Oh, good. Good.
You can't kill all the orcs.
Oh. Well, I just know that they must die.
Don't be silly, Jack.
Oh. Well, apparently I was. Jay, Mr. Glitch wants to know thoughts on another streamathon.
I haven't had any thoughts.
Great.
I don't know. We'll see.
Game Recognized Game says, hello, filmmaking question. How to make sound not sound terrible?
That's something we're still struggling with. You may as well ask Helen Keller.
Right? She was from an older time. She'd have no idea how a microphone works.
That's a very broad question.
You get a nice mic and you get it as close to someone's mouth as humanly possible.
Never, ever, ever use your camera's onboard microphone ever.
Ever.
That's a big one.
And then you have someone talk at a reasonable volume while a microphone is very close to their mouth in a room that doesn't have flat walls, so there's not a lot of echo.
Yes.
That's very
Sound is incredibly tricky.
You asked a very situational question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Also, Jay, thoughts on The Office, specifically later seasons?
Later seasons are not that great.
Great.
It starts off great. There's a good season 2 through maybe 4 or 5
Yeah.
are really great.
Yeah, I don't think it really kicked off until season 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That's when it really found its footing.
Yeah.
Especially, like, I don't know about you, but I came to it from the British Office.
I've never seen any of the British Office.
really?
I had an old roommate back way before the American Office was a thing that was obsessed with the British Office, and he would always like try and get me to watch it. And for whatever reason, I never did.
I have it on DVD. I can't get past the accent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like the jokes aren't hitting because I'm trying to decipher what people are saying.
Okay.
What?
Oh.
What?
Well, like, I just know the American Office
oh.
was such a gear shift from the British one where, like, it took me a while to get into
Sure,
it.
I can see
What does that slang mean?
Oh, up to tally with the boot now.
What?
Let's see here. Grand Moff Cooley, have you seen The Lion in Winter? It wouldn't make a good best of the worst. It might make a good half in the bag. Peter O'Toole, Katharine Hepburn, Anthony Hopkins, Timothy Dalton.
I haven't seen it.
Nope. All right, sorry. Jack, how goes the Pokemon Go? I haven't heard about it for a while because I'm not playing it. No one's playing it anymore.
No one plays Pokemon Go anymore.
We don't care about it anymore because they kept changing stuff to make it a worse game. I haven't deleted it from my phone yet, but I also have not opened it in weeks. Even my kids don't ask to play anymore.
Oh, really?
Like, we go out on walks, and they're bored of it, too, and they're not catching any
Has there
Pokemon.
ever been a fad that died that quickly?
The
Something
pet
that was
rock?
that popular and then just died.
It's part of the modern day stuff where here's an example where the developers tried to fix something and ruined it for all of their users.
Yeah.
It's just not a fun game to play while walking around anymore.
Is that all of it? Is that the whole reason that it died? That one patch that took out the footprints?
Well, it's not just the footprints.
Or did walking around get old real quick?
No, because they took out the footprints and they made Pokemon spawn less and they made it harder to catch Pokemon. And now they're messing with the eggs, and so it's like
The spawn less only to me sounds like it would make it more interesting. I when we streamed it with you, it was like a Pokemon every 2 fucking feet. It seemed obnoxious.
But that's your reward, man. You got to get the Pokemon.
But it's not a reward for what? They're everywhere. There was no hunt. Oh, there's one. There's 3 over there. There's 14.
There was no hunt. That was a big part of it with the footprint thing.
There's a Pokésap over there. Oh, there's one over there
And
too.
so, that's the thing where it's like if they lessened the spawn but gave us a way to go find them, that would have been fine. They just changed stuff and didn't balance it out. It just wasn't fun. I still go for walks. I walk all the time. I used to go for a walk and pull out my Pokemon. Now I just go for a walk and enjoy nature or some bullshit.
I know making it so you couldn't use your bike sounds just terrible.
That was, for me personally, that was really awful. So, nope, no more Pokemon Go for me. Maybe one day. Jack, Rich, Jay, if you are stranded on it, nope, sorry, don't have time. Hey, Jay, since you're the commanding officer here tonight.
I am?
You're the commanding officer here tonight.
Okay. I'm just sitting here enjoying a beer.
No, I don't like that. Anonymous, sorry. Also Anonymous says, pay attention to me. Okay. Clem Fandango. So I had to read that a couple times. Anonymous, you probably know what you typed there because, of the procession of stuff. I don't know what that was about. I don't like the sound of it, though. Hello from Wenzhou, China. I've just moved here from Indiana and got to play a real-life version of Papers, Please trying to get a residence visa. I'm lonely. So would you play Star Control 2 sometime?
Maybe. We keep getting requests for
You know that one? I don't know anything
I don't
about
know much about it, but we keep getting requests.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do it.
Great. Let's see here. Hello, Rich and Jack. I just wanted to congratulate Day, probably meant Jay, on his recent trip to the peak of Everest. Truly an amazing feat. Enjoy the cold beer.
Oh, I remember that storyline. Remember when that was the thing that we did?
Oh, you guys were.
Yeah.
I remember building that fucking thing. Do you remember the smell
Oh,
from
God.
that paper mache that was there for like a month?
Yeah. It stinks. Paper mache stinks.
Paper mache stinks. Gobbledygooks would like to remind us that there's a new trailer for the Friday the 13th game, and we're getting closer and closer to
when does that come out?
Spooktober.
Does it come out before Halloween?
I would assume so. If they were on their shit.
They should.
If they were on their shit, it would be out before Halloween. TNG After Dark, favorite Disneyland ride?
Yes, I hope they shove it out the door incomplete to make that Halloween launch date. I hope they take the time and do it right.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Personally.
Get it right.
Well, they've been working on it for quite a while.
Games take a really
They've
long
been,
time.
by my estimation, they've been working on it long enough. I've decided, so
And
they better
Jay-
get it out.
Jay knows.
Turn the sound up. Let's find this.
Is it the PAX? I'm assuming because
Yeah.
PAX is a thing that's happening right now,
Yeah.
right?
Friday the 13th game, PAX West 26. Here,
Well, let's so Jay can say it. Let's do it on the big screen.
That's the name. of the
We
video.
got
We got it. I need the sound on the TV so we can hear it.
sorry. I didn't know what you were asking.
Even though I verbally said it 5 times.
I rarely pay attention. Not just to you, to anyone. I rarely pay attention to anyone.
Can the chat see this or no?
No.
Oh, okay. So they're just gonna watch us look at nothing.
Pretty much. We're watching the Friday the
Wait,
13th.
wait.
What?
Karen's got a volume problem. She always turns sounds way low. No, she didn't. That's just the quietest advertisement I've ever heard.
Well, it's probably the YouTube video volume. Yeah, there you go. There you go. We are watching Friday the 13th, the game PAX West 2016 trailer. It's on YouTube. We're watching an advertisement for Deus Ex Mankind
We're
Divided.
watching a video game ad before a video game ad.
You've
Yes.
got 10 seconds to bring it up on YouTube.
Friday the 13th, the game PAX West 2016 trailer. 10 seconds, go. Deus Ex Mankind Divided is available
All right.
now.
I'm going to hit play on the trailer now.
Oh,
And-
it froze.
Oh, it froze.
And it froze. Wait, so
We're
pause
out of
it.
sync.
You have to
We're
pause
out
it.
of sync.
You have to
You are
pause it.
streaming. I'm guessing that takes up a lot of our internet power.
You have to pause it. I'm very sorry.
Well, we tried.
Wow.
It looks great. That logo is great.
Fake reaction day. Oh my god. And we're still buffering.
Try
We got
clicking
about-
it back to the beginning. Sometimes it reloads it that way.
We got about 4. I'm going back to the beginning now.
Nope.
Oh, but it's not going to do it.
Not gonna do it. You
No.
might. You might make it unbig. Make it unbig. It doesn't like being big. Oh yeah, take that down too. Take it down to 480. Sure. There we go. Now take it back to the beginning. Unbigifying it. We are experiencing interruptions. How did you know, YouTube? Wow.
It's not-
Oh,
there we go. Okay.
Gun Media Home Video. We've started again, by the way. Ooh, that's a fun logo. Plexus.
So we got Baghead Jason. We got Part 3 Jason.
Oh god, that's horrifying. Oh! He just stepped on a girl's head and broke her head.
And just walked away.
He just threw someone into a fire.
He just holds her there with his foot.
This is
Oh, that's
awful.
Part 7 Jason. They got all the Jasons.
He just pitchforked a lady in the back of the
This
head.
is wonderful. I don't even need the game. I'll just watch this.
Do we know anything about what the game is?
It's this.
Great.
I know it's multiplayer, and one of you has to be Jason.
Right.
Which movie was that? Was that New Beginning?
The kill isn't from anything, but the Jason
The-
looks like
the
from Part
Jason.
3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it seems to be Part 2, Part 3, and Part 7.
Yes! Yes! Pickaxe! Pickaxe for the win! Pickaxe!
You know what? Then you see a spear through the mouth, and it's not that exciting. Oh wait.
Wait.
Oh, he's not done.
Oh. There you go. He made it work. He made it work. He just cut off a guy's arm, and then he cut off his other arm, and there's the head.
Right in the middle of the
There's
head.
the head. We can pre-order now. Coming to all major consoles and Steam.
Well, I mean, that's a wonderful highlight reel of death.
It is.
I'm going to say the music's a little pandering, because that's kind of the thing right now is cheesy 80s music.
Yeah.
And that's not really representative of the Friday the 13th series.
Yeah.
So that's a little pandering, but
Sure.
aside from that, I mean, all those deaths were wonderful.
All those deaths were wonderful. Agreed. Loner Archon, I watched a Serbian film. In some segments I laughed. Is there something wrong with me? And are there any movies that you can recommend to make me into a more acceptable human being? Mr. Holland's Opus.
I would recommend any movie that isn't a Serbian film.
I would recommend any movie that isn't Friday the 13th.
Do you guys have any thoughts on the new Power Rangers movie?
No.
I couldn't care less.
I might
I have
some
zero
thoughts on
nostalgia for the property. I was an adult when that came out.
I'm a little bit younger than you.
I know you are. I know you are.
I caught the tail end of Power Rangers.
I'm not
I caught
poo-pooing you. I'm saying I was an adult when that came out. I have no nostalgia for the property.
Right.
I remember watching it every once in a while and thinking, like, I like some of the giant monster stuff.
Yep.
Even before I knew, I knew something was weird about the footage. I was like, what is happening? And then I found out, of course, they just stole it from the Japanese show.
No, I didn't steal.
Repurposed.
Well,
it.
repurposed. Yeah, I didn't mean
Repurposed
literally steal, but I remember thinking some of that stuff was kind of fun, but at the same time, I was like, I'm a little too old for this, so I didn't really care much for it.
Like rewatching it as an adult with my kids who love Power Rangers.
Yeah. Well, they still make new ones.
They still make new ones, but they like some of the old ones better, which is great.
Oh, really?
The new suits are weird. They look like Iron Man suits because
Yeah.
that's what all suits look like now.
Right.
I like guys in big rubber costumes destroying miniature cities, and I don't think we're going to get that. So what's the point? That's part of the fun of Power Rangers, like with Godzilla.
The point is, you've heard of Power Rangers, right?
Right.
That's it.
So you know what? If they can make it a fun action movie, I'll be happy. That's
Look, I was either in junior or senior year of high school when that show came out, and it was
It's older than that.
94, I think.
Is that right? I thought it was a little older than that. Either way, anyway.
It was something that I was vaguely aware of. It came on before Batman the Animated Series did, which I did indeed sit down to watch.
Sure.
When I was a junior in high school. The joke. See, the joke was didn't like that cartoon, but I like the other cartoon.
No, I get it.
So much.
Jay, were you disturbed by Under the Skin?
Yeah. I don't see how you couldn't be. The scene on the beach with the baby, come on. You have to be heartless not to be affected by that. Great movie.
Okay. Jay, did you hear or care about the Criterion release of Lone Wolf and Cub series on Blu-ray in November?
I've never seen Lone Wolf and Cub stuff, so I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll check it out when it's on Criterion. I'm not familiar. I've heard of it, but I haven't seen anything.
Rich is 40. Very close. Very close to it. It's approaching. Like a Mack truck. Whatever. Means I fucking survived. Top 40, bitch.
What? There's no reason for the language. Gobbledygook says, played No Man's Sky for 70 hours into Third Galaxy and having fun. Should I ask for my money back later? Is the game objectively flawed or fraud? Are refunds in media? I think that's like the main question here is, are refunds in media okay for subjective unhappiness? Is the major question, because a lot of people are getting refunds for No Man's Sky because they're saying it's not the game that I was promised. It's not the game that was sold to me.
What's the cutoff, though? Because wasn't there someone that was trying to sue Warner Brothers because the Joker wasn't in Suicide Squad as much as they thought that he would be based on the advertising?
Really?
Yep. That's a real thing.
Oh,
Yep.
that's
I don't know what
interesting.
I'm assuming it was tossed out, or they're
Sure,
still
it's
trying to get it going, but
Well, and
I don't know anything about No Man's Sky, so I can't comment on that. But in general, I think, buyer beware. Or you paid your money, you got it. Just because you pay to see a movie. If you don't like the movie, you're not going to get your money back for it.
People criticize me for being a skeptic.
yeah.
It pays off every now and then.
It does. Steam usually has a 1 hour. If you have less than 1 hour of playtime on a game, then you can refund
2,
it.
I think, isn't it?
Is it 2? I
think it's
forget.
2. Yeah.
They have a set time, whereas because then you can notice glaring technical flaws.
Sure.
There have been some special exceptions made for No Man's Sky in specific, not huge exceptions, not as big as were initially reported. Some people were saying, "Oh yeah, any playtime you can get a refund now," but there have been some special exceptions made, and it's a little bit of both. It's we live in an age where
Would
you
they
can
have done that if they didn't think some kind of class action fraud suit were plausible?
like it wasn't as widespread as it was originally reported.
Sure.
It's really easy to find out stuff about movies and video games right now. Literally, there are entire channels dedicated to showing you actual gameplay. There are review shows talking about movies and games. You just have to not get it on release day, and you can find out everything you need to know to make an informed buyer's decision. I think if there are glaring technical problems, yes, you should be able to get a refund because that's a technical thing.
Yeah.
But no, not if you just don't.
That's an
like it.
objective thing, not a subjective thing.
Yes.
An art is subjective.
Right.
Video games and movies are art, which is different than like going to a restaurant and ordering a steak medium well and they give it to you
Right.
rare or something.
Or it's
a
like
much
if
different
you
thing.
went to see a movie and the projector broke,
Yeah,
you would get a refund.
that's a different thing. Yeah.
That's a different thing.
If you buy a product called Fruit Picker Simulator 5000, and then the ads were all about how you could pick all these different kinds of fruits,
Yeah.
and there's an interview with a developer of Fruit Picker 2000, like a week before it released, talking about, oh yeah, it's gonna have some great fruit in it. Yeah, let's go, great. And then the game comes out,
Yeah.
and there's only like 2 vegetables. Vegetables.
Yeah.
That's a fraud.
But
That's
I'm
fraud.
assuming this is in relation to No Man's Sky?
No, I just made all this all up out of my head.
Okay.
Whole cloth.
but Rich, you can do more research. You can
But you got the dev in an interview
But yeah,
2 weeks
no, you
before
shouldn't have to do research.
talking about the fruit. That is your research.
If they're promising you something and what you get is not what they objectively say it is, that's different. You shouldn't have to do research.
that is, I guess what I think from a legal standpoint that might be a blurry line. That
I don't know enough about No Man's Sky and what they were promising, so I can't comment on that.
No, I think that's valid. Chaos 1428. That Rich has a valid point. Speaking of the logistics. Well, this dev said this in this one interview, so that's what I made my purchasing decision on. That's murky water. I like concrete. You can also go to other sources to verify. It's murky. This is murky. Gobbledygooks, I understand that you really liked No Man's Sky, and I'm sorry that we didn't.
we have 2 cameras because there are 3 people in the room,
Yeah.
and this just makes more sense rather than having the camera zoomed all the way out and 3 tiny people.
Yeah.
And like a tremendous shot of my crotch,
Yeah.
dead center of the frame. We did it this way instead.
Yeah, there's a weird cut right there. There's that weird harsh cut, but now you can see more of us. So when we make goofy faces,
Oh God, where's my hand? It should be in the frame by now. There it is.
Oh my God, you're merging together. You're becoming the thing.
yeah, I
Oh,
think.
by the way, Jay, there's
makes
a
more sense.
short story I read recently that you would find possibly interesting called "The Things."
Okay.
It's a retelling of John Carpenter's The Thing, written from the point of view of The Thing.
Oh, so it's like a Grendel type
It's
thing.
very interesting. I know you love The Thing. Look it up.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Guys, you guys got to stop tipping. We have been trying to end the stream for the past hour.
Now that you told him to stop, you know what's going to happen. You know how the internet works, right?
I guess what I'm saying is you need to know that we're about to barrel through these as fast as possible so we can,
How many
sleep.
do we have?
We have a ton more.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, you saw that scroll, right?
Is there a way to shut them off so they can't keep doing it?
No. Did you just stop the stream?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought
I'm
you
wondering. I'm wondering.
That's how you deal with it. Just
I'm wondering if I should put something on so we can still be a gaming stream while you're barreling through these quickly.
Right.
Or if I should just leave this.
let's barrel through.
Just barrel through.
put on
All right.
checkers or
What-
something.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm debating. Just barrel through it.
Okay. What alcoholic drinks do you guys drink besides beer? I am personally a lover of vodka.
Teetotaler.
What do you guys think of the Rogue One trailer from a few weeks ago?
Don't care.
I enjoyed gin
It looks fine. I don't really care that much.
and vodka gimlets. Also Jack and Coke. I like all sorts of booze and red wine.
Yeah, I like red wine and rum and coke. Rogue One looks pretty good.
Yeah, from what I've seen of Ron.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think visually it looks more like realistic and modern, but still having the look of Star Wars than The Force Awakens did.
Yeah,
That's fair.
I agree. Gobbledygook's Recore is coming out not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. The first cross-platform game. Buy it on Windows 10 and get it free on Xbox One and vice versa. Trying it? Yes, I really liked that one. Oh, another cross-platform DC is DC Universe Online, and it's free, you fucks. Thank you, Gobbledygooks. I am interested in trying that. That was a big E3 show. That's the lady with all the different robots. That's Recore. I'm interested in Recore. Yes.
No. They didn't sell me on it.
Lady with robots?
You can be interested on it.
I'm interested
That's
in it.
fine. I don't care if you're interested in it. That's your right as a human being.
I'll probably
if
stream it.
if you like it in the chat, that's your right to like it. I don't care. Go ahead and keep liking it. Just
Great. What are your opinions, says Knowledge Junkie, on being... What are your opinions on big budget turds like Wild Wild West?
they're fun.
Do
It's
you-
fun. It's fun to watch a train wreck. It's the
Wild
same
Wild
people-
West is not fun.
No, not watching the movie.
Oh, just that they exist?
It's like why you go to NASCAR, because just maybe, a car will flip out of control and land in the stands.
That's horrible.
And every now and then, the Lone Ranger will flip off the course and
Yeah.
land in the stands.
Actually watching them, though, is not fun.
Like watching NASCAR. You don't want to watch the whole thing, just the aftermath. Do you think you'd do any videos specifically on movies like that and poke fun of them like you did with ID4 when the sequel came out?
Or Ben-Hur, for instance.
No,
Bum,
no,
bum, bum.
We'll never do a review on Wild Wild West, I can tell you that. That movie sucks.
Wild Wild West?
Yeah.
Let's see here. Metavan. Oh, Metavelvan. Good. Hopefully, Metavelvan, you've been sharing this GoFundMe link. You talked about this last time. Share that in stream. Mods Metavelvan is about to share a link in the chat. Allow him to do so. It is a link to a GoFundMe that he talked about, helping a friend with cerebral palsy. Absolutely, Metavelvan. He spelled out his name phonetically for me, which helps a lot with your weird Twitch names. Also, you're going to be streaming.
Nope, that one's we're not reading it. You've been told. You've been warned.
We're barreling.
The last two we're not reading.
Oh,
Aw.
here's an easy one. Gamerchild UK. Love Prereq and RLM. Keep up the great streams. Half in the bag. Best of the worst. And review. Thank you, GameChild UK. Captain Blackadder. Hey, Jay, what made you change your style from chin beard to spike hair to full beard and undercut? Undercut? I don't know what that
I don't know
means.
what undercut means.
You look pretty slick now.
I was the reason I didn't grow a full beard for the longest time is that I thought the mustache would grow in funky. I thought I'd have like a shitty looking mustache. So
Same thing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't for the longest time. But I also hated shaving. So that's why I wanted some sort of beard. So I did that forever. And then one day I just stopped shaving and I realized, mustache grows in okay.
So you didn't think extensively about your look.
I did not. Yeah. Or my branding.
Your branding?
My branding look.
It's what they call a happy accident.
Yeah. Same with the hair too, actually. They fucked up my hair one day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Which is because I just wore it kind of messy.
Yeah.
And how do you fuck up messy? But they did. And so I was like, the only thing I can do is just kind of comb it to the side. And I was like, this looks okay. And so I just kept it.
You fucking bastard. You and your fucking hair.
With your hair.
I can't. It's not my fault.
Oh God! I guess I'll just toss it and have it look fabulous. My full thick head of hair. You son of a bitch!
I did not choose to not
No,
go bald.
no, I know
it
you
was not
didn't.
my decision.
I know it's not your choice, and I'm sorry. That was an outburst, and I apologize thoroughly.
It's not my fault.
2J says, Doobie Sandwich, since you mentioned seeing Ash vs. Evil Dead some time ago, would you said its blatant CGI gore effects are detriment to the quality of the show?
They're not great, but there's still a ton of practical effects too. So it's not completely relying on CG.
For which? Stranger Things? What?
Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of practical.
There's a ton of practical gore. And it's not the most expensive show, I'm sure, so they'll
Right.
do what they gotta do. The CG stuff stands out. CG blood always stands out.
Always.
But there's plenty of wonderful, gory, practical stuff too. So
Can't wait for season 2.
I can't wait for season 2. It looks pretty great.
Anonymous. Hey Jay, says Anonymous. What do you think about doing a review on the Blade series? I think they would be very interesting and fantastic choices.
That's a wonderful idea.
That
We may do that sometime.
might happen. Because you didn't, you never got back to me. I just assumed you didn't want to do it, so I told them my idea. For
They already
for
know.
reviewing Blade.
No, this came up recently where I asked Jack, did I dream that you asked me if we should do a review on Blade? And I just completely forgot that you had emailed me about it. And I was like, but it was in my brain somewhere.
Oh, sure. And I just figured you were like, Blade, who cares about Blade? So you're just like, so I told them, I was like, here's my dumb idea for a review. But we're definitely going to talk about some motherfucking Blade. Bloodbath. Jay, have you seen The Babadook?
Yeah, it's good. I don't think it's great. Some people really love it, but I think it's very good. And I like, everybody hates the kid. They think the kid's annoying. And I'm like, all kids are annoying.
Yeah.
It's an accurate portrayal of a kid in that movie.
Is there a kid a lead in it, or?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's about both the performances are great. The mom and the kid. It's about the single mom and her kid.
Oh.
And they're great in it.
And they're Babadook.
It's horror that's based in character, which is the best kind.
Great. Rich, if Jack asked you to do a prereq for a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style mutant game where you have to pick an animal. No, Anonymous, no. Jay, Jack, Rich, when are your birthdays so we can send you bad homemade gifts? No?
For the record, if there are a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game and you couldn't play as one of the turtles, it can go fuck itself.
The real thing was you have to pick an animal-human hybrid character. Which animal would you choose?
Well, it would be the turtle-human hybrid. It would be one of the Ninja Turtles, or I'm not interested in the game.
You're just
That's
not-
the easy answer.
You're just not fun. Tired and sad Jay, now that it's been 3 years, what are your thoughts on Arrested Development's Season 4, Netflix?
I think I liked it more than most people. A lot of people didn't even give it a chance because the first episode is terrible of
Yeah.
that 4th season.
Yeah, it is.
I remember watching that. It'd be like, oh no. I thought it got better. I thought it was ambitious in the storytelling, the way it had all the different storylines that sort of connected, and
Yes, it was ambitious.
it was ambitious. So I didn't hate it. I don't think it had the magic of the original series, but I haven't revisited it. I just watched it when it originally came out. But I don't know. I didn't hate it the way everybody else did. I thought it had some funny stuff. I liked all David Cross's stuff with the with Maria Bamford and their Fantastic Four street costumes, and I thought that stuff was good.
It was all really fun ideas, and it just wasn't executed as pitch perfect as the first 3 seasons.
Yeah, it was a little sloppy. It was a little looser.
It was looser.
It wasn't
That's
as
a good word
tight-knit.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't hate it the way a lot of people seem to.
Tired and Sad says, Jay, when will you switch to Premiere Pro and then quit Final Cut Pro forever?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Great. Jay, says Elvis, since you and I have very similar tastes and seem to agree on everything but Blade Runner, have you seen Sallow?
I have seen Sallow.
S-A-L-O.
Sallow, 120 Days of Sodom. It's
Is this a porn?
It's a Pasolini film.
You guys are making shit up off the spot.
It's porn if you
respect-
like movies about torture where they force people to eat human shit.
God, has there ever been a Bible porn taking place in like Sodom and Gomorrah?
Bible porn? Is that what you said?
a Bible porn.
I'm sure there has been.
Biblical porn. I guess would be
biblical
a more accurate
porn.
way to put that.
There has to be biblical porn. Oh, as far as Salo goes,
Yeah.
it's well made. It's not for me. It's pretty gross.
Okay.
So I haven't seen it in like 13, 14 years. I'd have to revisit it, and I don't have any urge to do that anytime soon.
You mean it's not for me, even though it's pretty gross. Not it's not for me because it's pretty gross.
Right,
I can
right,
only
right.
assume.
Yes, exactly. I'm fine
Okay.
with gross stuff, but I remember that movie just being off-putting.
My whole J worldview was almost thrown completely out of whack.
NCC 1701 The D. Did you guys ever watch the director's original ending of Extra?
No.
No,
No.
I don't think I knew there was one.
Oh. It's on YouTube, and I think it's a better fit for the movie rather than the Alien-ish ripoff that was the theatrical ending.
No, I don't know anything about this.
Titan said, Jay, as you are the only one who has seen this in this room, is Jared Leto the worst cinematic Joker?
Yeah, I think I say that in our episode.
Oh,
He absolutely is.
great.
I can say that, and I haven't even seen the film.
But look who you're following. I mean, maybe he's... Well, you can't even say he's better than Cesar Romero, because that's such a different take
Is
on
this?
it. And Cesar Romero is great for that version of the Joker.
Is this healthy in the long run? In the long run.
Is
Because
what
now,
healthy?
now the next person isn't living up to Heath Ledger. The next person is living up to Jared Leto.
All they have to do is be better than Jared Leto.
Yes.
Yep.
Was this actually a stroke of genius? we're gonna write this one off.
They just hit the old reset button. They lost some of their save work.
Yeah.
But it was worth it. Oh my God. Could you... Like, maybe he wasn't even supposed to be in Suicide Squad,
Yeah,
the Joker.
yeah.
But they're like, no, we don't want him to be in this first Batman movie, but we definitely want him in the second Batman movie, but we can't have him be compared to Heath Ledger.
We'll make this movie a Suicide Squad. We'll stick the
Okay.
Joker in there.
What?
Terrible Joker.
Tell you-
Terrible version of the Joker.
Like, what should we
then-
do to
Who's
make him
a
terrible?
pretentious actor that'll take themselves so seriously he'll come off terrible?
I just Googled that exact sentence and I got Jared Leto.
And then when we recast him, interest in the Ben Affleck Batman movie will skyrocket.
Honestly, it will. When they talk about that, like after this Batman movie comes out with Deathstroke. Did you read that? See that?
No.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
The villain in the Affleck Batman movie is Deathstroke.
That's a really good choice.
I don't know anything about Deathstroke.
Deathstroke is like murderous Batman,
Okay.
kind of.
He
I
has-
thought Batman in the new DC movies is murderous Batman. Doesn't that throw that off
Well,
now?
okay, so imagine Batman, all the skill of Batman, detective, karate, all the karate, like 3 kinds of karate.
But more skilled because he's got superhuman reflexes
Okay.
Yeah.
and healing,
So he's Batman with mutant superpowers that is better than Batman in every way.
and uses guns, which Ben Affleck also uses.
I was going to say, yeah, this is just Batman now in these
yeah,
movies.
I guess you're kind of right. But still a good choice, yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
I agree. Any thoughts on yoga hosers?
It looks like the worst thing ever. That's my thoughts on it.
Great.
It looks terrible. And that's coming from someone that actually kind of liked Tusk.
Did you see that interview with Kevin Smith and Harley Quinn Smith recently? It was one. It had one of those awful like clicky.
Oh, is this
headlines.
something where like they were both crying
Yeah,
or
like,
something?
watch the heartfelt interview with.
I
Kevin
heard something
Smith.
about that. I didn't see it.
And he was talking about that little scene with her in Tusk.
Yeah,
There's a scene with her and the girl
Johnny Depp's daughter.
Johnny Depp's daughter in Tusk, and he said that directing you reinvigorated my love of directing because.
And then I made Yoga Hosers.
And then I made yoga. It's like because directing you in that, you finally got to see me like do something, and like what? Like what kind of father are you if like that's it?
I'm getting the impression that he has a very weird relationship with his daughter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Just a weird guy.
Yeah,
He's a weird guy. Yoga.
like a too overly emotional relationship with his daughter.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. They seem weird.
I want to jump back a little bit.
Okay.
Deathstroke. Okay. Deadpool is a parody of Deathstroke.
Okay.
Deadpool, his name is Wade Wilson. Deathstroke, character that came out years before Deadpool, Slade Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I suppose
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah, and Slade Wilson is a mercenary
Yeah.
and like an assassin, and yeah, okay, and has super strength and healing power. Okay, yeah,
But no sense of humor.
but no, oh no, he's very serious. He's very, very serious. Oh, last one. We have made it to our last tip. Jay, have you seen the 1977 Nobuo Obayashi film House?
Oh, yeah. House is great.
The horror film, that one, the 80s?
Not the 80s one. This is a Japanese film.
Oh.
It's some of the most bizarre visuals you will ever see in a movie. I own it on Blu-ray.
Okay.
House is wonderful. House is a great party movie where you put it on the background, like at a Halloween party or something, and people just catch random moments from it, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, House is goofy and batshit. I actually got to see it in a theater. I saw a 35mm print of it a few years ago.
Also, have you seen Pengu's Thing? It's claymation Pengu.
Oh, yeah. Pingu.
Pingu.
Pingu,
yeah.
the little claymation penguin.
Oh, I know Pingu. I
They did
fucking
it-
hate that Pingu.
Someone made Pingu meets the Thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, Pingu's an annoying little fuck ass. Like,
Pingu.
he came to Netflix a little while ago, and the kids loved him. I fucking hate that stupid thing. He goes like this.
Well, you can watch. Yeah. Well, you got to watch the Thing version of Pingu, so
Does
you can
it
see
kill?
violence. Yeah, it's very violent.
If it kills Pingu, I will watch it. Thank you, Elvis Delvis. Now is the point of the stream in which we thank all of the people who have subscribed to us during the stream. Let's do that.
Stu91, 16 months in a row.
The real Van. And the real Van says 10 months. It feels like it's only been 9.
Spooky Dookie, 20 fucking months in a row.
The devil is my hairdo. Welcome.
Leftover Beefcake, 22 fucking months in a row. Leftover Beefcake says, can I request that my sub money only go towards good games?
Nope. We're going to buy shit all the time. Mr. Grape. Aye.
Ruta!
Welcome. Humberto Cabbage Patch. Resubscribe for 20 fucking months in a row. Humberto Cabbage Patch says, probably my last stream for a while. I'll try to stay caught up. Thanks in advance for the laughs. Humberto.
Pen is Jesus!
You can't.
That was one lowercase letter away from being epic, but it wasn't to be.
You
it wasn't-
I think that was intentional.
You probably can't do. That's probably a lowercase L actually,
That's probably a lowercase L.
because you probably
Can you
can't
not
have
have penis in
your Twitch name.
Uh,
I would
Penis
assume.
Jesus! I'll say it.
Penis
I don't
Jesus.
care.
The laziest non-communist 20 fucking months in a row, and the lazy non-communist says, ahoy hoy.
For the record, Penis Jesus.
Penis Jesus.
If you can only do the lowercase L in penis, make all of the other letters capitalized except for the lowercase L.
there you go.
That's how you do it.
Back when AOL was a thing, in chat rooms, I would use to you could make like extra AOL names. I'd take somebody's name and I would clone it like that way. If they had like an uppercase I or a lowercase L,
sure.
and I would show up in
In
the
chat rooms?
and fuck with them. When I was a much younger, more immature man.
Oh, the more innocent days of the internet.
Oh, AOL chat rooms where everyone's a lesbian. No, you guys didn't do that? Go into the lesbian chat rooms and pretend to be a lesbian, and you were probably talking to another teenage boy.
The
who's pretending to be
laziest
a lesbian?
non-communist 20 fucking months in a row.
I already said that.
The laziest non-communist says, ahoy hoy.
Yeah, he said that already.
I did that one.
I,
How about Shoto Man, Proto Man? Welcome.
Chaos 1428. Chaos says, I lost my job this week, so it might be my last sub. I just wanted to say thanks for making my week suck a little less. Love you guys. Go fuck yourselves. You land on your feet, man. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine, Chaos. Take some time off from subbing. Get on your feet. You monster! 17 months in a row. You monster! Says, grow your beard back, Rich.
You monster.
You monster!
In for us!
And Infer says,
4 months once again. Here's hoping I don't find gainful employment in the next 4 weeks so it can be 5 months.
well,
if you don't find gainful employment...
Why don't you keep paying?
Why don't you throw it Chaos's way? If you find a gainful employment, tell Chaos. He's looking. We're making connections happen here. You know what you're doing? You're networking here when you're on a prereq stream. Ion Eyes. Ion Eyes says, long-time fan, thanks for the laughs.
R. Miller, 13 months in a row. R. Miller says, not to get too political, but thanks for doing what you do for hours, and for hours of sensible laughs.
Sensible laughs.
Sensible laughs.
Are they sensible?
Some of them.
Okay.
Some of them are. I'm trying to think. What was that? Danger 7 is Sensible Chuckle. He's reading a magazine called Sensible Chuckle, and he goes,
Something sensible. Why are you chuckling at it?
it's a sensible chuckle. It's a chuckle that's not too extravagant and not too quiet. It's a perfectly sensible chuckle. That was not a sensible chuckle. That was a chortle. A horrible glory. 22 fucking months in a row. A horrible glory says 2 more months until I get my pyrite level membership status. Thanks, guys. Pyrite is all right with me, a horrible glory.
Dr. Soyane, 17 months in a row. Dr. Soyane says, Jay, thanks for reviewing Blair Witch. I had flashbacks to watching it the day after opening a bootleg VHS tape with 10 friends in a rundown shack through a dark haze of cigarette and pot smoke. Probably the best way to have experienced that movie.
Ooh, that's cool.
God, high watching it in an old shack.
That's something I didn't mention when he said bootleg. That reminded me of it. I didn't mention this in our review. When the movie was in theaters and it was popular, I knew a guy that knew a guy that knew a guy that had a VHS bootleg of it.
Really?
That I got a dub of, but it was the Sundance cut, and it had all this different footage that wasn't in the theatrical cut and isn't in the deleted scenes on the DVD.
Interesting.
Yeah, I wish I still had it because I've never seen it pop up online anywhere. It had all this different footage. I remember there was a lot of stuff early on, like before they get into the woods. And it was the original version at Sundance that they cut down, and I think they moved some stuff around or something.
Sure, yeah.
I only remember it from when I saw it, whatever, in 99.
Skeleton Bill. Thank you for subscribing.
This new subscriber says, something clever and heartfelt.
I am got.
Cosmos Jester, 17 months in a row. Cosmos Jester says, to 17 more months of great entertainment. Great. Wow.
Great. Quality, sensible entertainment right here.
Where's he going for the...
Somebody with no sense of entertainment.
Well, I can only assume, like, after he leaves here, he finds the great entertainment.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Like
He's like the precursor.
Well, I guess, what, we talk about, like, a lot of good movies and TV shows here, and so then he goes and watches.
Or he kills time before, like, a better streamer.
Yeah, probably. That's it, probably. Cosmos Jester. Nope. How about Cosmos Jester? Yes, that makes way more sense.
That's the thing you just read.
Fucking hell. There.
Why don't you read what Cosmos Jester said, Jack?
You mean Cosmos
and
Jester?
let's find out if there's a glitch in the Matrix.
Cosmos Jester says 17 more months of entertainment. Great. Tear both eyes out, though. Tear both eyes out says, watched the hidden 1987s with Movie Dicks, and we highly recommend it. Stars Kyle MacLachlan. Oh, great. Whoa.
Oh, my
Wolf and fucking. And the ending is wonderful. Wait, it's called The Hidden?
Yeah.
The Hidden.
It's a alien that jumped from body to body.
Ooh.
It's good.
Great.
Jimmy Jazz 332. Jimmy Jazz 332. Yeah.
S.N. Reginald. No, or Reginald. Sne Reginald.
SN Reginald.
Sne Reginald.
And Cry SK 23 fucking months in a row. Thank you all for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
It's true, we really do. Do we have anything clever to go out on?
Okay. So,